Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other. It's part of who I am. If you ride, you know what I mean. That's why I insure with Shannon's. They get it. They share our passion and give us the features riders want, like limited use cover and multi-vehicle discounts. Shannon's insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. Whatever you ride, ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Rare Spares has over 50,000 product lines and releases over 500 new products every year. Your local Rare Spares distributor has what you need when you need it. And as the only restoration company officially backed by Holden and Ford, we take our part in your project very seriously. Rare Spares, more than just a part in your project.
It's just absolute. These competitors here, really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to your Sunday night broadcast here on SRW TV. Tonight we bring to you the Simrigs V8 Supercars ProAm series. Tonight we are here at Circuit de Barcelona for our round 3, thanks to Warren and Brown Tools. And tonight is also the first top 10 shootout here for the Pro-Am series. So hopefully we get to see a lot of new drivers taking out to one of these top 10 shootouts. I am Nathan ShiBBy Howard, and in the comms box next to me is the man himself, Mr. Stephen Sinkovic. Good evening, sir.
It'd be good to be next to you, mate. It'd be great to have an episode where we actually sat beside each other and hosted rather than being across the country.
Well, we could give that a go one day, but yeah, that would be interesting. I've got space here. I've got space in my office. Pull up a seat, mate.
I was thinking a hotel room overlooking the Melbourne skyline, and me and you drinking some brewskis while we're doing commentating and watching it on a big screen.
It does sound good. If you're supplying the plane flight and the scotch, I'm there.
Oh, mate, you never know. One day.
Well,
mate, what are you looking forward to tonight? First Pro-Am top 10 shootout for the season.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking forward to most. The top 10 shootouts are an absolute crowd pleaser, and it definitely puts a little bit of extra pressure on our drivers, as we found out in the AM series on Tuesday. A few new guys never taken to a top 10 shootout, and they even said, you know, the stress and pressure of waiting in the pits while other people go around sort of starts to get to you. So some of them were sort of like, you know, didn't mind actually hitting the track first because I didn't have to sit there and wait and get all clammy. So but yeah, it should be a good night. Mr. Jamie Dyke has joined the server this evening, so we will see last week's champion out there. I mean, last season's champion out there on track. Yep.
It is good to see him back. I actually did a post on Facebook, which we all probably hopefully saw. It doesn't get wasted and just in the ether of the Ethernet. And I did mention out there, maybe we'll get the Series 2 champion out there, and I must have answered my wish. I'm looking at the times at the moment, and I'm looking at the names that are currently in the top 10. So Scotty Gamble, I'm not sure if he got to do a top 10 shootout last season at the end of it and he joined up. Blake Warboys has definitely not had one under his belt yet, so he is going to be at the moment in the top 10. The fish out of water in 12th position is Thomas Freeman. He hasn't done one either, neither has David Kirby in 15th. So depending how these boys go through, it's going to be a few cherry poppers.
Indeed, mate, indeed, and always is exciting to watch these guys get one warm-up lap and then one hot lap to set down the fastest time possible with no mistakes. So I do look forward to getting over there after the racecraft qualifying session is over and seeing who will take on the top 10 for the first time in the Pro-Am series. Speaking of the Pro-Am series, points at the moment. Let's have a quick look. So we are yet to split Pro and Am. We will have that all organised by next week, so everybody will be shown quite nicely on that timing table in what splits they're in. Overall points at the moment, having a quick look here, Blake Warboys from WKMP Sim Sports is out in first place with 319 points. There's only a 31 gap back to Matty Jones from Send It Sim Sports. Actually, no, he's PSR now, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yes, PSR.
Last week.
Yep, has rejoined PSR. Scotty Gamble is only 32 points behind. So in third place, Chris Miller for Fishy Motorsports, only 46 points behind. So at the moment, the top 10 are really, really close together. There's only 160 points that separate 10th place and first place, and you can pretty much pick up all those points with one solid win.
Well, it's good to see that it's not just someone running away with the torch at the moment. It's become a series with a lot of fighters. Anyone in the top 10 could take out the round.
Mate, anybody who's consistently finishing in the top 10 could be your season championship. We saw it last season, especially in the 86s. Mr. John McHenry summed it up for us. One podium finish all season, and still managed to get himself a second on the championship just because he was consistently finishing in the top 5. And that's all you got to do. Consistently finish your races, and you get points awarded.
Same as our amateur champion last season as well. Joe Marnie won the last round of the series, and that was it.
Yeah,
and,
that's true. Yeah,
won the championship, and he started off the season with winning the first round. So that was a bit of a ripper for him as well.
Yeah, yep.
So,
consistent driving is key to taking your points home every week. That's for sure.
And it seems to be that the gap and the spread of quality of drivers we have in all our series at the moment seems pretty amazing. From our AMs on a Tuesday night, which is unbelievable, to the even our GR86s. I mean, I think there was a second difference in the top 10 at one point on Tuesday night. Wednesday night that's crazy. As an average iRacing rating for our Wednesday night race is 2,000. That's our average, and believe me, there's 3 of us which are sitting around 800. So it tells you the quality of the field.
Yeah, I think every time I load into the session, I'm seeing drivers that are like 4,600 and above, and I'm like, wow, we're really starting to pick up some extremely quick drivers. And keep in mind, too, to get that, you still need to do officials. And I have heard along the grapevine that a lot of guys don't really do officials anymore. So their I rating is stuck where it is because all they do is league racing. So, their points could be higher if they did more officials.
100%. I think we've got a guy in the F3s who's in the 6,000 rating.
Oh, wow. The F3s are firing off this season, too.
Yeah. But in here as well, so the boys in here are spectacular across the board. I think Blake Warboy's got a pretty high rating as well, if my memory serves me correctly. But we'll see what's going on. Thomas Riley's only popped in and said, "G'day lads, cheers mate. Hope your Spa 24 hour of AVR has been going well. I did see it post at one stage. The boys were sitting in a good position. Love to have people out on YouTube chat. Give us an update and a shout out how the teams that compete in SRW are going in the 24 hour. Would love to give you a shout out and a pat in the back, and hear more about it.
100%. We are all about our teams that race in the series and our drivers, of course. But yes, definitely want to find out how you guys are all traveling in that 24-hour race. That is one heck of a race to take on, that's for sure.
Oh, practice is finished, mate.
Yep, we will be heading into our racecraft qualifying session to find out who will take provisional pole and head on into the first top 10 shootout.
For those of you who haven't been with us on stream before, basically what happens now is everyone out there goes out for a 20-minute qualifying session, and the last 5 minutes are probably the crucial part of the pre-qual, we call it, and the top 10 go off into a top 10 shootout, just like in the real world. They have a warm-up lap, and then they have their sprint lap, their qualifying lap, so off they go. So the pressure is on, just like in the real world. They go off the track, they lose that track, and they lose that time, just like it happens in Formula 3 and anywhere else in the world. So the pressure is on to get a good, clean, fast lap, not just a lap that goes around, and then that dictates the top 10. Then we'll catch you for a little bit, for a bit of an intermission, and the boys will set up a manual grid with everyone running from first to the last driver on the field, and off we go for an hour of battle at Barcelona.
Should be pretty awesome. Preachers dropped in to say car number 818 won their split pretty convincingly. Car number 91 outside the top 10, but good recovery. Car 888 finished. Enough said. Well, mate, it sounds like your 3 cars have actually, got out there and put the effort in, mate. So congratulations to Alpha Venturi Racing on their effort in the Spa 24 hour.
And those of you who don't recognise Tom Riley as a name, Tom Riley, come and listen to his dulcet tones on Tuesday night with Nathan. Thomas Riley, is Preacher, and he commentates and hosts the show for our Tuesday night amateurs.
Yeah, I think we're making some funny jokes about we're trying to get him on Sunday as well, right?
Yeah, that one really hurt.
Let's get a poll up. Should we keep Stephen on Sundays or get Preach over here?
Let's make another poll. When's the check's done? Thomas rolling duck out for dessert. Cool. All right, listen, boys are out there. It's good to see Mr. Dyke setting up the time. Mr. Freeman setting up a last section in purple. Gamble is setting some cool greens. So everyone's still sort of warming up and the times are still fresh. So none of these times really going to make much sense at this point.
They're just getting a groove in at the moment.
Yeah.
Feeling out the track. You can see in most places there is some big groups sitting on top of each other. Especially if you have a look coming round turn 3 at the moment towards the intersection of the track. There is a big lineup of cars there, starting with Scotty Gamble of the 543 car, and he is just getting absolutely followed by a lot of cars.
It's spectacular to see a lot of cars out here, but also they're not just out there participating. The quality of these guys are off the chart.
Matty Jones, I think, will be the first one to actually set a time. He was the first out of pits. He is coming around the final corner now to come down the home straight. And if he has kept this smooth and no X's, he will be setting our first time. And what is the benchmark that Matty Jones has put in? A 1:43.42. That is a very, very quick time. Dylan Little, I believe, will be the next to come over the line as well, followed by Jamie Dyke. So there's going to be some quick times here. Dyke, 1:43.5, only just off the back of Matty Jones. Little will slot himself into P3.
Oh, Gamble with 2 purples.
Gamble comes across 1:42.8. That is
his cards on the table and says, "Take that."
That is a blistering time. Connor Nixon will slot himself up into 5th with a 1:43.9. So these times are coming in hot and fast, but Scotty Gamble really wanted to make a mark and get that time set fast.
He has done real well. We've got a fair few fish in the ocean tonight.
We do. It's good to see a strong school back out there on track. They have been lacking a little bit, I suppose, over the last few weeks, but they're all out there in
Big
force.
Fish is the only one missing at the moment.
Breacher said, expect the times to drop further as we see Jerry Sanfuentes for Performance Sim Racing jump up into 8th with a 1:44. So Preacher said expect the time to drop further. Amazon Tuesday was around the 43 in quali. You are right, Preacher was around the 43s.
I'm expecting it to sit around the 142 lows to mid with some of these boys out there. What's the track temp for today's pre-qual, though?
Let's have a quick look. We are looking at 26 degrees track temp and 23 degrees air temp.
Nice. I think that'll suit some of the boys.
Like Delaney coming across now, slots up into P7 with all personal best sectors with a 1:44, nearly a 1:44 flat. Still a bit of time he needs to gain there. Jason Douglas, the young gun for LMR Esports, also coming around now to slot in his lap. Let's see where he slides into this qualifying session thanks to Racecraft. Jamie Dyke.
I've quite a feel for young Jace. He needs a teammate out there. It's at this level, you really need a teammate out there beside you, like another one like Dylan DeBono. And these boys need teammates out there beside them. It's a bit easier when you've got like your Warboy and Gamble, and you've got Dyke and the rest of the boys from Fishy. You know, another one who's on. Actually, Connor Nix isn't he part of? No, he's Vermeulen these days.
Yeah, Connor's Vermeulen Motorsports now.
It makes it a bit easier when you've got a partner out there because you've got someone to to work off with, some corners that you might do them differently in different paces, different angle, different entries. And also, it helps with your pit strategies too.
Definitely.
Young Delaney's here, two purple middle section.
Little junior Delaney.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cowie jumps up into 18th now, 146. Ty's still on a good lap as well. His teammate is not far behind him either, Mr. Chris Miller Funky. So Ty will slot himself into 14th, and Mr. Miller will hop up into 11th.
Blake Senior back from working interstate. He's good to see him back on track.
Matt Jones does go faster than his personal best, but not enough to jump War Boys or Gamble. We'll put a 143.403 on the table. Rory Maguire coming over the line now as well.
Jason Douglas, the two greens. Oh, he's gone low on his third. Brings him into 15th.
Just underneath Ty Delaney here. Ed Hayden on a personal best as well. Still a lot of personal bests getting thrown out there.
Yeah. And it's hell of a job to follow what's going on with the timing board just flickering left, right and centre. Average Joe should show the Whiskey Runners livery of Littles.
I got you, mate. I got you. It's looking very clean.
Right? Yeah.
Loving the Shannon's logos, the Tempting Sweets, the Rare Spares, looking really nice there. And the colour palette is quite tasteful. It's not too glary.
I'll take your word for it.
I like it.
Yeah, I just went on the screen now. Oh yeah, well done.
Yeah.
He's got all our guys up there. Well done. I've never been nothing against his livery, but I've never been a fan of these new cars that come out these days with that undercoat grey. This isn't an undercoat grey. It's more of a blue tinge to it. But yeah, that undercoat grey.
Shane Ewan's just had a blistering lap out there. Really good time set by him, 145.8. Troy Maguire as well is coming around on some personal bests. Just a sponsor plug there, mate, anytime. If anybody, Troy comes through, we'll move up into 14th. If anybody wants to see any of their teammates out there, you want a close-up of the car to get some sponsorships shown, shout them out, and we'll do that for you.
Hell yeah, it's not just about our sponsors and the people that support SRW. This is why we do Channel 31 and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't really... it helps SRW, its profile, but you know what? It gives the drivers another avenue of, exposure for their sponsors, which they wouldn't normally get. I mean, average weekly viewing is 33,000 for Channel 31. So it's huge numbers.
Blake Warboys is on a war path at the moment, setting the best sector time for Sector 1 and has a personal best in Sector 2. This could be a phenomenal lap. He does need not too much time to knock off to jump Scott Gamble. Can Blake Warboys do it? Didn't have the greatest Sector 3. Will put in a 142 though, but not enough to jump Scott Gamble.
Yeah, these two boys are, even though they're only just fresh teammates, they do really well. They're comparatively close to pace, which is really good for teammates. Reese to go, he says Sinker's favourite surname. Which one was that? Gerard Cifuentes.
Yes, Jerry Sanfuentes.
Gerard Cifuentes.
Great dude. Met him in real life.
Mate. You have met him in real life, that's right.
Yeah. He was having troubles with his computer, so I think he actually asked Cowie, and Cowie said, hey, go contact ShiBBy. Like, I think he lives near you, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave his computer a clean and a tune-up, and as far as I believe, it's been running great since, so...
I don't know why, but my SDK has always got Dylan DeBono in the bloody Channel 9 vintage livery.
You got trading paints turned on?
If I do, but let's just check to see if I do.
If you don't have it turned on, you're going to see whatever livery he had last for you.
It looks pretty cool, mate. I love it. I think it's time. The time is coming for us to have another
retro race.
Livery, yeah, a retro livery day race, like we had at Sandown a few beginning of this year, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was this year. Looking at Dylan DeMono now in that nice, freshly updated Velocity Sim Lab ZB Commodore. Looking really nice out there as well. Want to jump on with a hot lap. Who's 88 coming around now? Please stay on track. It's Aaron Schotter. Hang on, 981. Get on. Let's see if Harry Dodds is going to run us a full lap here. Thanks to Warren and Brown Tools Cockpit Cam. We ride on board with Harry Dodds from Frog Leap Juiced Racing. Up there in provisional P7, so he has got a position in the top 10 at the moment. Coleman is the last right there, and you can see how close David Kirby is as well off the back of him. Sam Noble and Chris Miller all extremely, extremely close to sneaking themselves into the top 10.
Look, blah, 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 blah. I can't even get words out tonight. From position 16 on the ladder, we're sitting at 0.8, 44 seconds, 0.8, all the way to the 44s to 8th position. So there's not much in it at all.
That's going to show some really close racing tonight for our 60-minute race.
What's your prediction on the safety cars, mate? Because this has got a few real tricky corners into this track.
I don't know. Safety cars have been pretty good this season so far, apart from the super sprint, which we had the reverse top 10 and the reverse top 5. That caused a bit of chaos. But other than that, it's been really smooth driving from all our drivers in both the AMS and the Pro-Am series. So, look, I'm going to say at worst, maybe 1 or 2.
1 or 2, yeah. Look, it's a pretty flowing track. I think the boys are pretty smart, as you said. Super sprint brings out the animal in some of the boys into all races, and damn, it's fun. I love it. I absolutely love it. I know some people don't like it, but it just brings out some fantastic grinding and racing. But yeah, I think they'll be a bit more measured on this one.
Yeah, definitely. It is a 60 minutes, so there's more of a fuel and tyre that they've got to keep aware of. In those super sprints, it's super sprint. It's a 20-minute race to see who finishes, so super exciting. Yeah, you see in the super sprints how much more the guys push their cars. As you can see by the last 1 or 2 laps, like their tyres are just absolutely destroyed, and there's people getting sideways everywhere under full throttle, so...
Yeah, it comes a tail wag everywhere, doesn't it?
Oh, Jerry just snapped himself up into P9.
Nice.
Sure, I just saw his
We're in the
name.
business end, mate. We're in the last 5 minutes. The business end of the pre-qual. This is where some of these boys have probably just done a little bit of a tweak in a balance or just getting their eyes in. They're going to start hitting them straight off the bat.
Patrick Frame on a good lap here. Let's see if he can... Did he improve his time? He did improve on his own time, but not enough to jump Ed Hayden. There's really not much in it. Look at the top 15. There's a second between them.
Crazy, isn't it? Look, this is what you're seeing in Formula 3 during the weekend as well. A second between them, the gap is ridiculous. It's good to see that it's not 2 to 3 seconds from the top 5 to the rest of the grid. I think that's what we had last year. This year has been different. This year it's been a lot closer. Some of the AMs have improved in leaps and bounds due to the Tuesday night series, and then we've got some new drivers that came in as well. Look at Funky Miller. He came in as an amateur. So that's awesome. Young Jason Douglas came in as an amateur, and now he's sitting there pulling 44s. You know, it's crazy. It's good to see.
Ty Delaney took out the AM series of the Pro-Am and he was 3rd overall. So
that shows you consistency. Yeah.
Yep, so our AMs aren't, I wouldn't necessarily call them so much AMs anymore because they are seriously pushing the boundaries of AMs and Pro-Am. Like they are getting extremely quick, especially the guys that race the Tuesday night and then also come and race the Sunday night. They get that extra bit of practice on Tuesday, get to have a good race with people, you know, around their driving skill, and then they get to throw it all down with people on very mixed driving skills, and that just helps them get better every week.
It does. I mean, it's like, you know, if you want to improve, you want to race with the best, you know, or people above your ability. And these boys on a Tuesday night, when they come to a Sunday night, you see the improvement level over a season. It's outstanding.
It is phenomenal.
A few minutes left.
At the moment, looking for something. I can't remember what it was.
Well, the people who watch at the moment, it's not an outlap at the moment, is Fuentes, Noble, both sitting at 10th and 11th. Coleman's sitting right on the cusp of 9th, and young Delaney as well. So it's going to be, actually that's Delaney Senior there in 8th. So those guys from 8th till about 13th are right amongst it. There's 5/10 in that gap. It could be anyone in there just dropping in or dropping out.
Yeah, they are so close to each other. It's only going to take... Look at Noble, 144.139. San Fuentes is just above him. Delaney actually just knocked Noble out of the top 10. Delaney slotted himself up into P8. So that dropped Noble out, but look how close they are. There's thousandths of a second between that last spot for the top 10 shootout.
Kirby, he's got himself a first section green, and then a average section for the second one. Let's see how it finished. Chris Miller just finished off the green. He's sitting in 13th still, so he's just out of it. Kirby's just finished. He's popped himself. He's in 12th still. Blake Delaney, he's got 2 greens coming across.
Oh, he's into the pits.
Bugger.
Gary Dodds is on a green. Ty Delaney is on a green. This will be the last people to get laps in. Doddsy goes over, does improve, jumps into 6th.
Well done. That's a last-minute ditch.
Yep. That was a good last-minute effort there. Ty Delaney come around as well, sitting in 18th. Got to get another lap in. He will get the lap in. Anybody who makes it over. Oh, big slide from Ty, trying to show us his drifting skills.
Yeah, it's going to cost him that.
That will be his qualifying session over.
Is anyone just crossed the finishing line that can get across? Yeah, 54, 50, 43 is just, no, they've pulled out. So there's a few boys still out on track. No, they're all pulling back in. Don't know if the same thing happened to you, but my SDK just went jitterbug.
Yeah, it did. It went into replay for some reason.
Yeah.
These cars out on track now will get their chance to set their last qualifying lap here for the Racecraft Equipment qualifying session. At the moment, Scott Gamble will take out the Racecraft Equipment best lap and provisional pole because he will be going through to the top 10 shootout.
Yeah, he's pulled in, so that's him done. Noble is... I think he's pretty much done. Matt and Jones have got 2 orange.
Jones, Warboys and Coleman are the last people on the track. Coleman will be the last to cross the line. Like Warboys or Coleman are going to improve on their time. Matty Jones did, but it wasn't enough.
No. Why? What do you do? 6/100ths of it. Well, people, this is going to be your top 10 shootout in order of completion and finishing for the pre-qual. So in top position, Scotty Gamble with a 1.42 triple eight. Sensational lap there to give him the top spot. Second will be Dylan Warboys, Matty Jones in third, Jamie Dyke in fourth, Thomas Threeman fifth, Harry Dodds in sixth, Connor Nixon seventh, Blake Delaney in eighth, ninth, David Coleman, and 10th for our top 10 shootout is Gerard Sanfuentes. These boys will be all going into the second server, which is set up for the top 10 shootout. So in a couple of minutes, we'll transition across to that server. The boys are going to be sitting there going through their debrief and everything like that. The rest of the lads will stay in this server and just keep practicing, and off they go until the track is ready to go for the next session. Then we'll tell you all, guys, and pop it up and another sort of little intermission, and off we go. If you've got someone you want to see or someone you want us to talk to, let us know. It'll be great to just get some communication going out for you guys out there in YouTube land. And we've got a lot of people watching, which is awesome. I guess while Nath's away from the desk, I will just quickly thank our sponsors, Grim Industries, the home of the V8 table. These guys have been doing so well since the Motor X show we did a few months back, that they've actually had tables go to America and New Zealand, so they've had a really, really good time. Simrigs are on board again for our naming rights sponsor for our Tuesday night amateurs and Sunday night big show with the V8 ProAms, and also the Simrigs V8 Supercars, which goes 1:30 on Channel 31 as a replay of tonight's race, will be on next Sunday. New people that have jumped on board with us is Rare Spares. They've got a competition out there at the moment. There'll be a new clue coming out tomorrow, which will give you the opportunity to guess what the car engine is. At the moment, the clue is that it's a 4-door Australian car, and we've had all sorts of guesses go all over the place, which has been spectacular. Then we've got Shannon's, who have come on board as naming rights for our Tuesday nights, for our Wednesday nights Formula 3 and our Thursday night AMS racing. So both of those are having a lot of fun. So if you've got a few spaces left on Thursday night's AMS, so if anyone's interested in racing that, some tight battles going along there. And we've also got a roulette fixture after that, which has been an absolute ripper. And don't forget our multi-class, which is, we've done a bit of a change on it. That's going to be basically LMDH and LMP3, LMDH, LMP3 cars on the Monday night. I think ShiBBy must be back because the screen has changed in front of me.
Yes, I am. We got to head on over into this top 10 shootout session.
Rock and roll.
So we will be back after a really quick intermission, and we'll see you all soon for the first top 10 shootout here for the Pro-Am series, thanks to Simrigs.com.
Every weekend, I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other. It's part of who I am. If you ride, you know what I mean. That's why I insure with Shannon's. They get it. They share our passion and give us the features riders want, like limited use cover and multi-vehicle discounts. Shannon's insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. Whatever you ride, ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Rare Spares has over 50,000 product lines and releases over 500 new products every year. Your local Rare Spares distributor has what you need when you need it. And as the only restoration company officially backed by Holden and Ford, we take our part in your project very seriously. Rare Spares, more than just a part in your project.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. We are here now in the top 10 shootout session, where our top 10 qualifiers will go through to duke it out on track after one quick lap to see who will actually take out pole position tonight. Should be really a great top 10 shootout. First one of the season here for the Pro-Ams, and some really quick names in this top 10. So do look forwards to hopping into it. And the temperature hasn't changed all that much since qualifying. So I'd say everybody at the moment is getting their rundown. They are in the chat with our race control tonight. Huge shout out to Greg Barber and Tyson McAvoy for the great job they do week in, week out. We are just waiting for our first driver to set up on the pit lane exit. Oh, we got cars loading in.
Yep, there's a few on the warm-up lap because there's a warm-up section going on now. Maybe some of these guys are going to be expecting the temperatures to go up, because generally they go up by a degree or two in the qualies, but this time around we've less than about 23 degrees, so it should be interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, so it should be interesting to see how it goes.
Gerard Sanfuentes for Performance Sim Racing, the car 012. Will be first out to take on our top 10 shootout here this evening. Guys, don't forget, over the course of the evening, we do need your help picking a driver of the day. And that driver will receive a congratulations package thanks to temptingsweets.com.au. If you guys want to get yourself some sweet treats, head on over to temptingsweets.com.au and use code SRW10 to get a sweet deal of some sweet treats.
Ah, that's getting poetic, mate. You're doing well.
I need to do it with all our sponsors. I actually need to go through and write a really quick spiel for all the sponsors, because we need it. I want our sponsors to get as much airtime and notice as possible.
Yeah. You're starting to remind me of some of these old school TV presenters, like on the New Price is Right and stuff like that. We've got Blake Delaney, going Delaney driver of the day. He's after some sweets. WKMP TV, Go the Minnow, Jason Douglas, hello, Jace Focus.
He always drops into the... I love it. I love that he drops in, and it's always mid-race too, which makes me chuckle a lot. Actually, there's a lot of drivers that do it. J-Mac does it. I've seen like Dodsey do it as well. So there's quite a lot of drivers that mid-race will be watching the broadcast and will just quickly drop in and say g'day. So But yes,
Yeah.
good luck tonight to all our drivers out on track, and we will be keeping an eye out for that driver of the day.
We shall, and I'm sure there's usually someone that stands out for us. I think last time round we had problems picking because there's so many people standing out. I think we had people jumping like 15 places up. Is this is Fuentes nearly ready to start his lap or what?
He is on the back end of the track right now, coming through the last section of corners. He's got about 4 corners left to go.
My timing table says we're in warm-up mode still.
Nope, it's definitely in top 10 qualifying right now.
Okay. Because they're...
Jack says he's waiting for the race to come up, so I thought I'd watch the top 10. Well, thanks, mate. Thanks for tuning in as we are going to jump on board with Jerry Sanfuentes. Thanks to the Warren and Brown Tools cockpit cam for the first lap of the top 10 shootout. See how he tackles this tricky section of corners. Using all the exits of the track. Really nice and tight there. We'll take it out wide. That run down into this next tight right-hand corner. Nice and smooth here from Jerry. Good so far. Feathering that pedal because these V8s are known to not be able to put your foot flat to the floor.
Yeah, especially on this track, you got to be very, very careful.
Takes a little bit extra there over that corner. Not sure if that was an off track, but he's still pushing. Looking like a good time here.
He's looking pretty smooth. His motions with his wheel are very, very smooth. He's not got a jerky motion, so his rear end must be fairly stable. See that? Look at that. That was nice and smooth coming through that corner.
Be coming through now. He'll lock his time in for the first top 10 shootout here for the Simrigs.com V8 Supercars ProAm. Jerry Sanfuentes from Performance Sim Racing will go through with a 144.470. The worst he can do now is P10. Jerry.
Hey mate, how you going?
Good, buddy. Yourself?
Yeah, all right.
How'd you? Not too bad. Good to see you back out there on track, mate. It's great to have you back in the series. First top 10 of the season, mate. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I wasn't the best lap. Qualifying isn't really my thing, really. I always seem to struggle, but nah, it was alright. It could be better, but it's 10th anyway. You can't go 10th.
The input seemed really smooth, mate. You know, the car was fairly settled.
Yeah, it didn't feel too bad, but I don't know. Like I got a bit of fuel in here. I just can't drive the things when you take all the fuel out. I just struggled a bit with a quali setup, really. The race setup's pretty good.
Nice. Quick question. How does your family pronounce your surname?
No, you guys do a good job. Sanfuentes, yeah.
Sanfuentes. Alright,
You're all over it.
You must be the only surname we've gotten right, too.
Yeah, no, you do a good job. You should hear it like I play soccer, and when they announce it over the speaker, no chance. I get Sanchez, I get everything. Sometimes they just stop and they don't even pronounce it.
I love it, mate. With the team tonight, you guys got a pit strategy in place that everyone's going to follow, or are you going to try something with the other drivers?
Not really. No, we did a little bit of practice, but we'll just play it by ear. I don't know, it depends on safety cars and whatnot. So.
Well, mate,
we'll just play it by ear, really.
Yeah, huge good luck to you tonight, mate. David Coleman is coming around to do his lap, mate. Get out there, have some fun.
Will do. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, on board now with car number 640 of David Coleman for the Fishy Motorsports. He is out there and already pushing hard.
It's amazing to see how smooth these boys are. I'm always very much in awe of the way these boys drive.
Yeah, they are extremely good. Like, extremely good.
Yeah. Well, we've got a fair few Logitech boys participating in our league as well, so it shows you that it's not just a Sunday bash.
And we've brought in a lot of new drivers from V8 vets, and I tell you what, even though they're vets, they are still very bloody quick.
Mate, I'll tell you what, these vets, they practice like crazy. Like, some of these boys will do 5,000 to 6,000 laps a season just in practice. And I know that because I was talking to the boys during the week, and they actually track that sort of stat. Taking as much of the curve as he can. Coleman, he's apex to apex, smooth as, getting the power down easy and quick. The rear end looks really stable on this car.
Oh, he's already set a purple in the first sector. Could be knocking Mr. San Fuentes here down the table, but there is still 3 corners to go. Coleman's still looking super smooth out there.
Yeah, I think he'll be up top after this few corners. His time looks really good. Oh, was that an off?
No, I don't have anything registered on my end. We will find out as he goes across the line. And it wasn't. He just jumped San Fuentes.
By 1.5 tenths.
That is
Well
extremely close there, Mr. Coleman. Let's drag him in. Dave. Mate.
Buddy, pal. How you doing, Dave? How'd it feel, mate?
Pretty average, but it is what it is. I'm P9, that's the worst that can happen, so...
You weren't happy with it?
Nah, like, I was a lot quicker in practice, but I just can't mimic that lap, so it is what it is.
Yeah. Is the track temp at 2 degrees has changed it that much?
I think I've just lost the plot.
Just lost the plot.
I don't know. I think it's very toe dependent, but yeah, I'm probably top 10, like bottom of the 10, so there we go.
Well, mate, from our end, it looks smooth.
You sounded pretty down.
Oh, I'm just frustrated. It's just, yeah, not doing what I wanted that it was doing earlier on, so yeah, it is what it is.
Are you one of those guys that will tweak the setup like now, between now and the race start?
No, I'll just commit to what I got. I just got a feeling I'm going to blow the rear tyres off it like I did last week. It's just the feeling I've got, so see what happens.
Yep. Is that where things went downhill for you last week? You just pushed too hard too early? Trying to get back to the top end?
Oh, I had to push hard because the other boys were coming, but yeah, I don't know, I just blocked the brakes and the rear tyres were gone, like, and the whole race was gone, so I just got a feeling that tonight's going to be the same kind of aspect. Might be the setup I've been using, so...
Well, mate, I hope it doesn't, because you drove a ripper of a race up until that little extra drift. But have fun, mate.
Thanks, boys.
Mr. Delaney's out on track. I'm flying a bit blind here at the moment, viewers. My SDK, my iRacing, everything left me for a few minutes. So it's been a bit of fun. I've got the iRacing up now. I can see Blake pulling up some really nice moves on track.
Yeah, he's already set purple in the first sector. Personal best in the second sector, so he's really out there pushing this right now. Coming around to final big sweeping right-hander that comes back on itself. Coming through, just had some news from Mr. David Kirby. He won't be attending the rest of the race. He's heading off the hospital, so hopefully everything's all right with David Kirby and his family out there. But he has also said good luck to everyone tonight as Delaney comes over the line and will slot himself into P2 with a 1:44.463. There is nothing between these drivers. Nothing at all.
Blake, 1.5 tenths between you and Coleman, and then Jared Cifuentes, who's behind you, has got 1.5 tenths as well. I think you slotted in perfectly, mate. How did it feel?
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Not happy with the setup?
I don't know what I've done with it. I've picked the wrong setup, I think, there, and I have done a terrible lap.
Well, mate, it's not that bad. Worst case scenario, you're 9th. I've seen you come back worse.
Yeah. Well, I'm about a second behind where I was before.
Yeah. Well, it's 60 minutes. It's not a dash for 320s at the moment. So knowing the way you drive and the way you look after those tyres, you'll be right.
Yeah, should be fine. Should be fine. I think all it's going to need is saving the tyres tonight, and yeah, that's really the only way we're going to get to the end.
I've got a question for you. How did it feel to have your young fella come home with a bigger trophy and a heavier trophy than you've got on your shelf at the moment?
Still got more.
It's not about the size, it's about how many I've got.
Yeah, no, he's pretty stoked, mate. He's happy. He's happy.
They look phenomenal, mate. Anyway, we are on board with Connor Nixon while he's doing his top 10 lap, mate. Good luck tonight, Blake.
Cheers, boys. Have a good night. Have a good call.
Take care, mate.
Connor Nixon is halfway through his lap. He already has locked in the best sector for Sector 1, and he is looking extremely smooth out there in that Vermilion Motorsports car. Personal best sector for Sector 2. He is still hefty. He is getting into this.
He's steadily improving, Connor.
Well, mate, he took out the New Zealand Supercar Championship, so he's going to want to get more championships notched up on his belt, that's for sure, especially in his new team, Vermilion. Is coming around now, the final corner, and will cross the finish line. How close is this going to be? Up into P1 with a 1:44.047. Finally, someone creeping away from the rest of the pack.
Done real well, real well. Mr. Nixon.
What's going on?
How did that feel, mate? That was a pillar.
To be honest, it felt like crap. I lost a good tenth or two on the back section, but I mean the first section and the second section was pretty good, but I'll make some changes before the start of the race. But yeah, not too bad.
Everyone says it's crap, but everyone that we've spoken to has gone to the top. It still says it's crap.
Yeah, track conditions are very slippery. I mean, I was up for a really good lap there. Definitely 33s, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm sure Scott and Blake will go and flog it, and yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of really fast boys to come out. Well, worst case scenario, mate, you're going to be in what, 6th position, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad. Yeah, see how we go. I'll go back to the team and make some changes to the car, and yeah, we'll see how we go.
All right, mate. Good luck in the race, mate, and watch out that first corner.
Yeah, I'll try and not hit Coleman or anything.
Take care, buddy.
Yeah, you too, mate. Bye.
Right, on board with Harry Dodds, who did sneak himself up into 7th position during the qualifying with a last-ditched effort. Did secure him a spot in the top 10 shootout. Looking extremely smooth as all these drivers have, and it is quite funny how all of them said it felt like crap, yet to me it looks phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh look, I'll take any of that crap, those crap times if they think they're crap. I'll take any of them.
I'd just take me getting around a lap in one of these cars.
Oh yeah, look, they are a special car to drive, mate. Definitely
it's purple. Has clocked out best sector in Sector 2.
Yep, he's done really well.
see where this puts him. Car looking phenomenal tonight.
Doing well. Geez, it sounds good.
Coming around the final corner now and will head over the line for his top 10 shootout. Where will that place him? P2 with a 144.303.
100s above Coleman.
This is ridiculous. I don't think this top 10 could get any closer.
It's crazy.
Dodgy.
Oh, gents.
Mate,
Hello, mate.
you guys are on
100s.
fire
He snuck
tonight.
over Coleman.
Sorry, what was that? It's just two of you guys talking there.
Oh, how unprofessional of us. 2 100s you snuck over Coleman.
Yeah, look, that wasn't the most impressive lap I've done around Catalunya, but nevertheless, I'm actually pretty happy to be P2.
Yeah. It's what's your car feeling like? Settled in? Is it feeling grippy, or is it your rear end playing around?
On that lap, there was a bit too much of the rear end playing around on that lap, but apart from that, it was really stable in the high-speed sections, which is really what I've been focusing on, because it's a high-speed track, Catalunya, especially this layout, which I really love this historic layout, even though, yeah, it's still the same track, but yeah, just the addition of turn 13 at the back there is really helps.
Yeah, I love it too. I think it's one of my favourites in this layout. It suits the V8 nicely. You know, we've got that pinched chicane before the end where you got to pull up really hard and you just get to put the foot down and drift it out a bit.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Good luck
Are
tonight.
you one of the...
Thanks, guys.
Take care, mate.
Sorry, mate.
No, you're all right, mate. I'm still flying blind. I've got no SDK. I can only see the footage, so you let me know when we're switching. That's all good, buddy. It's... The boys are all sitting in the 44s. We haven't seen anyone crack the 43 yet, and we had...
Connor was bloody close, though.
Yeah, but we had Gamble in the 42. Was it the 42? He had?
Yeah,
It
he
was,
did.
wasn't it? Yeah. So it looks like the two degrees up, which is a standard for us, just takes the rear end out of it a bit, which stops it from planting early out of the corners. There was a bit of rear end slide just then.
So on board with Thomas Freeman as he comes round. The middle sector seems to be people's favourites as everybody keeps running purples in it. Thomas Freeman will come over. That is going to be quite a good lap into P1. The 143.975. Cracking lap for the Fishy Motorsports driver.
Nathan, 7 100s.
You guys, Thomas, are just absolutely on top of each other tonight. Have you seen how close these times are? You there, Thomas?
Mr. Freeman, enter the room.
Gordon Cook. Thomas Freeman. He doesn't. He must be that excited. He's forgot to turn his mic on.
Yeah.
Cracking
probably
lap.
having a drink or something.
Yeah, bloody absolute cracking lap though. Will lock himself into provisional pole position right now.
He's done well. He's pulling over now, so maybe he'll free up his mic and realise that he's in the broadcast room. Maybe.
He might realise. He might not. Oh,
sorry, boys.
Hey, mate. You got
So,
about
Freeman,
20
we'll scream
seconds.
at you.
You got about 20 seconds to tell us how good that lap was.
Oh, yeah, it was all right, boys. Full tank of juice because apparently it was a bit loose on low fuel. So, but no, it was a safe lap and yeah, put us P1 for now. But you know, we know that Jamie Dyke and Jordan boys are really, really quick. So we'll see what them boys can do, and I'm sure they'll put it up the top there somewhere.
Well, mate, first into the 43s in this top 10 shootout, bud, and your teammate Jamie Dyke is just about to take to the track. So good luck tonight, mate.
Cheers, boys. Thank you, guys.
Have fun, buddy.
Cheers. Thanks.
That was an interesting statement he made there, mate.
Yeah,
he's
filled
seen
the
everyone
car.
playing. Yeah, filled the car up. He's seen everyone else's rear end playing up, and he's filled the car up, and it planted his rear end more.
Yeah, actually,
Which
really,
is,
really clever strategy. Get that weight over the rear tyres.
Yep. Don't know if Jamie's gone on the same philosophy. He hasn't been in the sim for a couple of weeks now. He's been working his nuts off. I know that last when I spoke to him last week, he hadn't been in the car since Le Mans.
Well, he's already got a purple sector in the first section.
Yeah.
So that says it all. This man doesn't need practice. He just gets out here and he's fast.
He was never gone. He's always been here. Is that what Ricardo said?
Yeah. Yep.
I wasn't gone. I just wasn't around.
Really nice in that number 1 Fishy Motorsports livery coming through now down towards the end of sector 2. Let's see, his time is looking really good. It's going to be a personal best.
He's got the second fastest second sector. Doing well. Screaming engine through this corner. The way they pick up. Let's see if he lifts off here.
Oh,
Yeah.
no!
Oh, no.
Jamie. Ever so close.
Did he get an off there? That's why he's left it.
Or he just couldn't pull it back onto track because sort of already headed towards the pit lane.
So well. I wonder how many temps he was up on at that point. Mr. Dyke.
Going on?
How are you, buddy?
Yeah, pretty good.
What happened? That donut?
Nah, I just clicked up to 4th a bit too early on the second last corner. I needed to hold the limiter a bit longer, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, did you have an off there, or was it just
No, second last because I got 4th earlier than I wanted to.
Yeah.
I kind of understeered.
Yeah.
And yeah, picked up an off track before the last corner.
Yeah. Look, it's what is it? Rusty?
Yeah, I mean 6 weeks out of the sim, an hour and a half of practice. Hey, yeah.
Is that the longest you've been out of the sim?
I think so, yeah. So coming tonight with no setup, so it is what it is.
Well,
I
Blake,
feel like the race that's pretty good.
Blake just wants to let you know that there's no need to pit during qualifying. Well,
I'm
mate.
just glad he did a lap instead of lunching an engine.
Yeah. It's great to see you back in the seat tonight, Jamie. We are on board with Matty Jones' lap right now. Good luck tonight, mate. And let's see if we see you in the comms box by the end of the 60 minutes.
Thanks, boys. Have a good call.
Have fun, buddy. So here we have got the newest member to Precision Sim Racing Team.
Performance.
Why do I always say Precision?
Because there's 2 teams. There is a team called Precision. But it's Performance Sim.
Well, no, you know what it is? He used to be Precision Sim Shop,
he used
didn't
to
he?
be, yeah.
That's what that's where it is, yeah. Tyson's sitting there going, bloody hell, Sinkovic. He's munching and chewing cigarettes by now. Yeah, Performance Sim Racing Team. Mr. Matty Jones. Let's see how he rips this up.
Oh, he's got, again, taken the Sector 2 best sector. So everybody who keeps coming out keeps locking in a better sector, but just not overall.
Yeah.
We know Matty Jones is ridiculously quick. You're looking very smooth through here, looking very, very quick through into the last corner now.
Oh, there's a lot of pace coming through there, ShiBBy.
Oh, 2 best sectors. That's going to be... It is 143.697. Will put him into provisional pole with Blake Warboys left.
3/10. That's the biggest gap we've had so far.
Matty Jones.
Howdy.
How's the car feeling, mate?
Oh, pretty sloppy at present, to be honest. That was a pretty raggedy sort of lap.
You're not the first person to say that out of 7 people to go around the track. I think all 7 have said that so far.
Really? Even Freeman went out with a full tank to get some weight over the rear end.
Yeah, I'd believe that. It's very, very slippery in the back end there. I thought I threw it all away there in the first couple of corners, but no, we managed to get it straightened out a little bit, but no, it's very slippery.
Is it slippery enough that you'd go out and change the camber on the rear end for the race?
No, we've been playing with the race setup quite a bit. We feel like as a team we've got a pretty handy sort of setup, and it's pretty low fuel tonight as well. It's only about half tank, so yeah, it's just going to be a matter of trying to keep the tyres on it.
Well, we're looking for an epic battle up front with you boys, which never stops entertaining me and ShiBBy, that's for sure. Good luck out there, mate. Have fun. Awesome. And hopefully we'll see you at the other end of the smile on your face.
Very good. Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Cheers,
Have a good one, mate. All right, on board with Blake. Warboys now is coming around the final corner. Start his sectors. Counting now. Personal best in the first sector. WKMP Sim Sports car. Both Warboys and Scotty Gamble. WKMP Sim Sports. Oh, Jamie just Jr. was on for a 143.5.
Oh, that would have put him at top.
Yeah, from provisional pole. Warboys now taking out the middle sector. Everybody locking out that middle sector every time. It must be a favourite.
He's really using as much track as possible. Oh, a little bit of a slip there. Let's listen to the engine cross here. Well done. He's really fighting that car.
Yeah, he's really pushing it. You can hear the acceleration come on, and that will put him into provisional pole with a 143.5.
It's just smooth right through, wasn't it?
Extremely smooth right through.
Yeah.
Blake, mate. Yeah. Yeah.
How did it feel, mate?
Yeah, definitely a bit greasier compared to the last qualifying session, but yeah, just a solid one, I think. Just tried to play it safe, just to know we got a good setup, so try and do a safe bank lap and hopefully be near the front, which we are.
Well, mate, you're safe. Take it easy, casual, and get a banker lap. Was a 143.500.
Yeah.
It's only 2/10 against the fastest lap, mate. So well done for a casual lap.
Yeah, well, thanks. Only ever done one of these shootouts before, and I made a meal of it. So I wanted to actually get in a lap this time.
Well, mate.
So were you packing it or what?
Hey, what's that?
Were you packing it?
Yeah.
Bit nervous?
Yeah, a little bit nervous, yeah. When everyone's just watching you. But, no, it's good pressure and, yeah. Good luck, good fun.
Yeah, mate. Well, your teammate now is out there. Scotty Gamble is going to try and best your time, mate. So good luck this evening. And let's find out if we see you in the comms box after the 60-minute race.
Too easy. Thanks, guys.
All right, WKMP teammates here. Scott Gamble and Blake Warboys. Warboys just ran and put himself in provisional pole, but Scotty Gamble is now out there to see if he can take that pole position away from his teammate. All eyes are on Scott Gamble right now.
Just letting you know, ShiBBy, you kicked me out of the room and kept Blake in the room.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. But it's all good, mate. I'm back.
I just saw an S and just dragged someone out. You're welcome.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone pretty acute across there. He didn't go wide at all then, so he's taken a little bit different approach there.
Personal best sectors, and because this is the top 10 setup, we have seen people with 3 personal bests take out the pole position.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
Because their personal bests outweigh the the section best. So
very early on the gas for that last corner just then.
Will take out the last sector, and he will jump his teammate. How freaking close do these guys want to be tonight?
This is the closest top 10 we've had, man. That is
What the
nuts.
heck?
Oh, not even 1/10. Jesus Christ.
They've had me on edge all night. The race is going to be crazy. Well, Scott Gamble is your racecraft qualifying pole position tonight for our first top 10 shootout here for round 3 of the Simrigs.com V8 Supercars ProAm series. Scott!
Hey, how we going, guys?
Good, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good.
That was a blistering lap, mate, to take that pole position away from your teammate.
Yeah, thanks. I was a little worried. I was watching that track temperature go up, but yeah, we got there.
Mate, you got there. And have you seen how close all of you were during that top 10 shootout?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, absolutely. It was a cracking shootout, really.
Oh, mate, it was absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations to taking out the first top 10 of the series. You look forwards to more of these?
Yeah, mate. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, should be good fun. And
another 4 coming. I don't think they're all on the trot, but should keep some of the new boys on their toes. That was your second one or your first one?
Oh, that's my first one with you guys. But yeah, it definitely kept us on our toes. Like when they started out, I think track was around about 26, and where did it finish? 28 odd at the moment. So yeah, keep us on our toes and make us push for it. That's for sure.
Well, you know what? It's great viewing. The gaps between the drivers at the times were nuts. We had like a couple of drivers at 2 100s, and then there was a couple that were at like 2/10s, and absolutely crazy. I think there was, ShiBBy, what was it, 1 second gap from the whole top 10?
Yeah, or less. It was ridiculously close.
Oh, that's great. That's what you want, you know, like good fun competition and close times.
Yeah. Any team strategies going on here with yourself and Blake, or you just got to put the pedal to the metal and just go for it?
Yeah, we're both out there to race. We'll see how it plays out. I haven't really thought about any strategies. All I know is we're limited to 50 litres, I think, and I haven't looked whether that's on our refill or not yet. But yeah, we'll just see how it pans out over the first few laps, you know, and see where everyone settles in and hopefully work on it from there.
Excellent, mate. Good luck, and I'm sure it's going to be a tough race and a good show. Have fun out there, mate. That's the number one rule.
Yeah, we will do. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Nathan.
Too easy, mate. Have a good night tonight.
Cheers.
Oh, mate, that was the closest top 10 of I think we've had at SRW.
100%. That is 100% the closest in times that we have seen since we've been running this top 10 shootout. That was just crazy close. Every time another driver went out, just absolutely mind-boggling how close they were to each other. And it's going to show that when this race starts as well. I think we're gonna be on top of battles from start to finish, because even through the qualifying session, everybody was just so close in time. So definitely look forward to it. Scott Gamble for WK&P Sim Sports will take out your racecraft equipment top 10 shootout. That will give him the racecraft equipment pole position here tonight for our 60-minute race. Blake Warboys, Matt Jones, Thomas Freeman, Connor Nixon, Harry Dodds, David Coleman, Blake Delaney, Gerard Sanfuentes, and Jamie Dyke will line up as your top 10 on the grid. Everybody else will slot in to where they finished in the qualifying session. We are going to jump to a quick break while we swap on over to the race server. If you are enjoying this broadcast tonight, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, because at 1,000 subscribers, we are going to give away a Racecraft rig and seat to one lucky viewer. So you got to be in it to win it. It's free to join. Hit that sub button. Share us with your friends and family or anybody else you might think is interested in sim racing. Massive shout out to Simrigs.com, of course, Warren and Brown Tools and Racecraft Equipment.
Sneaky Rabbit, I'm not sure who that is.
Have a guess.
Dad? Guess what?
Yeah, have a guess who that is.
Is that your fella?
Yeah, that's my oldest.
That's your oldest?
Yeah.
Oi, Dad, guess what?
Oi, Tim, guess what?
Don't think he wants to know live on...
Yeah, probably not. Could you message it to me, mate? And unless you're going to, like, shout out a driver. He does, like, Tim from the AMs.
Yep.
They share the same name, so...
Yep.
But we are going to jump to a quick intermission. Everybody stick with us as we head on over to the race server to get this 60 minutes of Barcelona underway. We will be back very soon. Go grab yourself a drink, a coffee, some snacks, because we will be back here for our race any minute now.
And don't leave us. Come back.
Every weekend, I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other. It's part of who I am. If you ride, you know what I mean. That's why I insure with Shannon's. They get it. They share our passion and give us the features riders want, like limited use cover and multi-vehicle discounts. Shannon's insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. Whatever you ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Rare Spares has over 50,000 product lines and releases over 500 new products every year. Your local Rare Spares distributor has what you need when you need it. And as the only restoration company officially backed by Holden and Ford, we take our part in your project very seriously. Spares. More than just a part in your project.
Every weekend, I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other. It's part of who I am. If you ride, you know what I mean. That's why I insure with Shannon's. They get it. They share our passion and give us the features riders want, like limited use cover and multi-vehicle discounts. Shannon's insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. Whatever you ride, ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Rare Spares has over 50,000 product lines and releases over 500 new products every year. Your local Rare Spares distributor has what you need when you need it. And as the only restoration company officially backed by Holden and Ford, we take our part in your project very seriously. Rare Spares, more than just a part in your project.
Live here on SRW TV for your Simrigs V8 Supercars ProAm series. This is round 3 here at Circuit de Barcelona, thanks to Warren and Brown Tools. If you just missed it, you missed one heck of a top 10 shootout thanks to Racecraft Equipment, where there was less than a second between all our drivers taking out to the track. So I do suggest if you missed that top 10 shootout, once this race is over, skip on back and go check it out, because it was an absolute fantastic drive from all of them, with the WK and P Motorsports drivers taking P1 and P2. So it is going to be a phenomenal race tonight. As we saw through qualifying, this field is going to be very much on top of each other throughout this race, so keep your eyes peeled as we get ready, set to go racing here.
Well, mate, I thought I'd just let you go through that whole thing and shut up for a change.
It's alright, I can mute you and you can think you're talking, but you're really not.
Yeah, I can see the race director is out on track in the promo department car at the moment. Hopefully he doesn't spin it.
I hope he does, because it's been a couple of weeks in a row where I've caught both Greg and Tyson having a bit of a slide in the safety car.
Yeah, you can tell it's Tyson because the wheels rims are purple and they're supposed to be red.
Yes.
The purple rims.
It does have the purple rims.
Yeah.
We've just sort of let it go, I think.
Yeah, I just got sick of telling him to change it.
He's off the track. He's listening in about his purple wheels. Hey Tim, Nickel, how you doing this evening, mate? Thanks for dropping into the broadcast. Actually, a huge g'day, mate, to everybody who's dropped into the broadcast every night of the week, or whichever series you choose to drop in and watch. Our views has gone up through the roof. Our likes are climbing every week, and it's all thanks to you, our viewers, who tune in to support and watch your drivers hit the track. So massive shout out to you all. Thank you so much. And as of Tuesday night, we hit 750 subscribers over on YouTube, and we are only 8 short of 1,000 followers on Facebook. So massive thanks to everybody who's been following and helping support this awesome league.
It has been such a journey, and it's great to have all these people on this journey with us. And hopefully people are enjoying what we're putting out there. They must be, I reckon, otherwise they wouldn't be sticking around. But I'd love to see someone win this damn rig. So like and subscribe, will you? It takes up a lot of space. It'd be good to get it out of here, and it'd be great to see someone out there enjoying it.
Yeah, I want us to get to 1,000 subs so I can hopefully win the rig. That'd be awesome. That's exactly what I'd like. I'd like anybody to win this rig from Racecraft. It is a phenomenal rig and seat setup. Valued at retail of $1,800, and it could be yours just by as easily as subscribing to our YouTube channel.
It's not that hard, is it?
No. It's pretty easy, actually.
You don't even need to be a racer.
I just
put it in there and donate it to a family member that you're watching.
Yep. I just went and created about 4 new accounts, so I've got a few more extra entries in now. Tim, not Tim Nickel, but Sneaky Rabbit. Tyson is the race director, mate. He will not be out there racing tonight. He is in our safety car, so if there's any incidents, he will lead the field around while the incident is cleaned up. And Tim, no night race for these boys. I definitely think we should throw it out as a discussion to see if we want to see some more night races, because I'm voting for yes. I'd like to see some more night races, because you guys on Tuesday in the AMs handled it supremely, and man, was it an awesome race to see these V8s hooning around at night. So
look, they're fun. You've got to remember, some of these boys that race with us are vintage, and their eyes can't handle the dark as well. I remember, I think it was Rick Viggers saying, "Oh, I think I was struggling in the dark at one point, fellas," and I was trying to hold myself and pushing the button and having a good giggle at him. But you know, if the tracks are a fully lit up track, yeah, by all means, I'd love to have it. But I don't think they've got a big selection apart from maybe one of the Yang tracks.
it's true. We'll have to definitely look into it. I know the 86ers took a vote. And now, as their 20-minute sessions progress, it will progress. The last race will start at dusk and move into
a different story, though.
As pitch black night. So it will progress into night time towards the end of the race, but
How killer was that bloody sunset over Bathurst?
It looks phenomenal.
Driving into that, it was a pure orange. It was sensational. It was like, what a way to showcase Australian outback. I'm not really outback, but rural Australia.
Tim Nichols just said, easy on the vintage. Don't forget, Tim, he's also talking about himself.
I'm one of the oldest vintages in this league, mate. So don't stress. SDK's working again. Woo-hoo.
So
you don't need to show
cheddar.
me the screen anymore, mate. Everything is running wild and clear, which is really good.
Hope the broadcast is looking good out there, ladies and gentlemen. If there's anything you see in the broadcast or any sound or anything you hear little hiccups, please let me know. Love to fix them on the go for you so we can keep this broadcast looking as clean and crisp as possible.
Right, back to business. People out there viewing, who do you want to see? Who's your prediction for the win tonight? It's going to be a tough battle, a tough track. With all these guys so close on pace, it's going to be the errors that make the difference, because they're so close on pace, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they sure are. We saw it through the qualifying, I think, from P1 to, we got 25 out on track tonight. There was like, maybe 2 seconds between the whole field. So, and with the top 15, we're all sitting on top of each other by less than a second across the spread of 15 drivers. So I do think this is going to be one awesome race tonight. But yeah, definitely shout out who you would like to see. Anzac has popped in and said, hoping to make my Supercars debut when Gen 3 arrives in Sim. And I don't have a flickering pedal set. Yes, well, a flickering pedal set is definitely not going to help, that's for sure, mate. And be very careful who you tell that this sim is a game. So careful with that word.
It is a simulation.
But in his defence, it is a game that runs on a computer, so you know.
Look, soon, I can't wait for the next gen to come out, mate. I reckon they keep telling us next season. But as soon as it does, we'll be transitioning across. And you know what? It's going to be, hopefully they drive a little bit different, because it's going to throw a rabbit amongst the dogs, because some people might not pick it up as quick, some people will, you know. It's going to hopefully bring the racing a bit closer again.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the new gen cars. I hope they take their time with them, do enough testing, get everything sort of sorted out, because you know what it's like when they release new cars, new tracks, and you know, people start racing them and getting used to them, and then they do an update in the car and it changes absolutely everything that all the drivers have been learning about that car. So I do hope they take their time.
That's why they haven't released it yet, because they are going to that level and making sure they're ticking all their boxes. I think it would be disastrous for them to release it, and then we all start using it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just as big as any other league in the world, really. We just live at our own little pond and think that we're more important than anything else.
We are more important than everything else. We're in the future to majority of the world.
The race controller, race director is out there now just giving the final words to the drivers. We have got just a minute and a half to go before the warm-up session will be finished, and then the boys will be gritting up and hopefully getting into some crazy excitement. I heard they were working on the Mustang fire simulation. Well, Tim, I know one thing 100%, they're definitely not working on a Holden.
No, it's not a Holden, it's a Chevy. Yep. It's a little bit sad to say that, you know, there's no production cars built in Australia anymore. It's really sucky.
Yeah.
From one of the biggest, from one of the biggest manufacturers of production cars was Australia. We built everything here: Toyotas, Hyundais, Fords, Holdens. You know, anything we bought back then was built here, and now we don't build a single thing.
Don't get me started on manufacturing in Australia, mate. I could rant and rave for hours, being someone who was self-employed for business in the apparel industry. You can't even find embroidery operators anymore in the country. That's how bad it is. But anyway, we won't get into politics and what the governments do to us and all that sort of stuff. Everyone's got their own opinion, and before we know it, we'll be called not the 9 o'clock news or something like that.
No, please don't. Don't even. Yes, no. We are not the news, but we are here to have a bit of a chat and a yarn.
Well, there is some news we can talk about. We've got boys that are gritting up before it. How great was to see Dan Ricciardo make Q2 last night? I don't know if anyone else was out there watching it, but I was loving every second of it. And to see the guy smile properly, not like the fake smile he'd been doing the last 12 to 18 months.
Because he's back on an Aussie team, isn't he?
Yeah. Something looks adrift up here. I think you might need to do a refresh because they're starting lineup. That's a bit better.
Yeah, sometimes,
so, ladies and gentlemen, Simrigs V8 Supercar ProAm, Warren and Brown, round 3. First position, as we can see them there, Scotty Gamble, Blake Warboy, Matty Jones, Thomas Freeman, Connor Nixon, Harry Dodds, David Coleman, Blake Delaney Sr., Gerard Fuentes, Jamie Dyke, Sam Noble, Chris Funky Miller. Followed by Travis Daly, Jason Douglas, Troy Maguire, Dylan DeBono, Ty Delaney, Junior we call him, Mark Turner, Andy, not so average Cowan, Benjamin Brooks, Shane Newens, Ed Hayden, Patrick Frame and Dylan Little. Rounded off by
Aaron Schotter.
Where's the last one?
Aaron Schotter. We are going to go green. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. And we are off and racing for round 3 here for your Simrigs V8 Supercars Series Pro-Am. And they are off to a absolute flying start as they head down to turn 1. It is going to go 4 wide like we saw in the AMs as well. Keep it clean, people. First lap, cold tyres. Everybody making it through turn 1 really smoothly so far.
Clean everywhere across the field, a lot of respect given. The gap is already opening up. These next few corners are key to getting it clean here. Harry Dodds is diving in under Dave Coleman, with Jamie Dyke taking the option of going behind Coleman, thinking it's a safer path through. This is a treacherous corner and they're going too wide. You want to make sure you get the wheels down early and get grip out of this corner, because otherwise you'll be left for dead as you approach the next major right-hand kink.
Look at the pack starting to build behind Harry Dodds here as we look off the back of his wing with Jamie Dyke right behind him, Blake Delaney, Matt Jones, Sam Noble, Chris Miller, Funky, all starting to line up.
It's going to be a race of attrition. See who makes the first mistake or who tries to make the first lunge and gets it wrong.
Matty Jones down the inside of Noble, but has gone really wide out on that corner. Noble will sneak himself back into there, but Funky is now on the back of Matt Jones.
Missed his braking point there. Looked like one of his teammates is going on the outside of young Jason Douglas, and Jason Douglas not giving much room away there. It looks like it was Cifuentes back a bit further and had a bit of a tail waggle as well.
Cowan and Douglas here on screen. Cowan will get that move done on Douglas around the final corner. The pack is still so heavily on top of each other. Look at that line of cars screaming back down to lap turn 1 for the second time of this race.
Looking at the timing board, Nathan, everything is still orange and yellow. We're talking 5 tenths and 6 tenths between every single car on that grid. That is sensational driving.
Scotty Gamble and Blake Warboys from the WKMP Sim Sports out in the lead at the moment. They will be working really well as team here to keep the guys off the back. Thomas Freeman for Fishy Motorsports, not too far off the back of him, but he does have Connor, the gun driver from Vermilion Motorsports, right behind him. Coleman is not too far off this pace as well, then followed by Harry Dodds and Jamie Dyke right on the rear. As we keep moving back, Sam Noble now getting chased down by Blake Delaney and Matt Jones. Matt Jones going to pull out the side of Delaney. Oh, Matt Jones is flickering a little bit. Let's switch to Delaney instead. See where Matty Jones does here.
Hasn't had the best starts out there, Matty Jones. He's down 7 places, and the biggest mover going forward is 7 places up his teammate, Andy Gowan.
I have a funny feeling it could have something to do with his internet. He's blinking quite a lot, does keep disappearing from the broadcast. That is a thing with esports. You do have to rely on a decent internet connection. Travis Daly now hunting down Jason Douglas, Troy Maguire, Jerry Sanfuentes, Dylan DeBono. Look at that timing tower. They are just on top of everybody. Blake Delaney is getting hassled by Matty Jones still.
It's going to be who makes the next mistake, mate. You lose a position here, you make a mistake, you miss a brake marker, you're going to lose 10 places as a minimum. And you can see that already by the position that Matty Jones has found himself in. Bit of a gap there from Jones to Miller. It's finally opened up. 1.2 seconds, but still not a big gap at all.
Jones will get that move snuck around there, around Delaney. Now we'll focus on Funky Miller, who is holding off a horde of drivers. Look how many there are. This is a battle for P10.
Jones has finally got around Delaney. And the boys up front, the WKMP boys have now made a gap of, well, they're about a second around from Thomas Freeman. And Frau's got Nixon on him in about half a second, and all orange tower.
This is a 60-minute race, though.
There, but I couldn't hear it.
Find out if anything. I don't see any incidents. It could be to do with Matty Jones flickering. Troy Maguire has some damage up the inside of his car on that right-hand side there, so I wonder if there's been a bit of bumping and rubbing off the start there that we didn't actually get to see. Not that I can find anything.
No doubt in that first corner, mate. It doesn't take much for this paint to come off on these cars, so they're battling that through that first corner. It's amazing oh, he's having a bit of a look in the inside there. Gerard's saying hello. Slightly different lines. Oh, that's a nice axle.
Just giving him a little kiss. Just reminding Troy Maguire that Sanfuentes is hot on his tail. He didn't have a great start either. He's down 7 spots as well. His teammate, though, Cowie's up 7.
Yeah, Maguire's taking a bit of dirt through that corner. This corner here is a tricky corner, man. It's one of my least favourite corners on this whole track. And it leads into this one here where you can lose the rear end quite easily as well, especially later on as these tyres start getting a bit hotter. It's going to be interesting around those two corners.
Sure is, mate, as we see Jerry still.
I think Jerry's got the pace on him. He's just got to find the right gap. Is he going to risk it for the biscuit? He's done it. Is he going to hold it? Well done, son.
Also got Jason Douglas hot on the tail of Andrew Cowan as well, right in front of him. A great move from Jerry Sanfuentes there as we jump onto the battle happening a few spots in front with Jason Douglas from LMR Esports and Andrew Cowan for Performance Sim Racing. Ray Douglas has actually just dropped in as well this evening. Great to see you again, Ray. Thanks for your humorous commentary, guys. I like that. My name's Nathan ShiBBy Howard. The other guy is Steven Sinkovic, but I do like commentary guys. That could be our new thing.
Well,
Jason's making a move.
Down, really hold it through. He's going to keep that brake clean, and he's done it with ease.
Is he going to get the run?
Under, but no, Jason's got too much pace on him. Yeah, he's a bit of dirt there. That's cost him a few tenths as well just then.
That's got his teammate now. He's got both his teammates.
Yeah, no love lost there. Tell you what, the boss at this team must be cracking the whip to see who performs best.
Well,
have a look at it. Performance Sim Racing, boys just on top of each other.
Fishy right in the back, so a ZB Commodore and two Mustangs from the PSR being chased by Troy Maguire from Fishy in the Mustang, and then of course Dylan DeBono from Velocity Sim Labs as well right there. This field has not got off the back of each other for these first 5 laps. This is just non-stop as we see Dodds show the nose to Coleman, will go the outside, will hold Coleman in really nice and tight, not allow him to get that free movement of the track, as Dodds will line himself up for a really good positioning into this corner, will hold it, and so far will take that position away from Coleman, but Coleman is going to be there, and this is a long race tonight, so...
I don't like these two guys beside each other, because whenever they get too close to each other, these two tend to give each other the moz, so I want them to split up a bit.
We want to see some good racing. This field is still heavily on top of themselves as Sam Noble, the 9.5 Sim Sports car, is up 3 positions now, catching up to the back of Coleman. So while Coleman and Dodds have been battling away, it has allowed Noble to sneak in, and they are also on the back of Jamie Dyke. The battles are just everywhere over here. There's a battle for P10, a battle for P5.
They are battling everywhere, mate. It looks fantastic. Connor Nixon has actually set the fastest lap of the race so far for 144.311. No one is coming anywhere near the 43s at the moment.
Delaney off into the sand trap, and he is falling down the timing table. That has dropped him back into P17 now, and that's all it takes. One little mistake, and because this field is so close, look at the ones in front of him. Look at the cars. They're going 3 wide. The teammates are going 3 wide. They're all going to touch, and there's Jason Douglas is in the wall in front of him as well.
That is just crazy. They're going to have I'll tell you what, Tyson's going to have a chat to these boys. That was silly. They could have all 3 been out then.
They could have been, but they all held their lines and raced extremely hard, but that did put Travis Daly through, but it's also given Troy Maguire. He jumped Jerry and Cowan then to get himself up into P12 now. So that worked out perfectly for him.
When he hit that donut, his rear end went in the air then too. So literally jumped. Blake's taken advantage of this and got himself up about another place. Young Ty is in 2 wide there with Dylan DeBono, and giving each other a lot of space. Ty had the outside line, so a little bit more pace through that corner. Guys, this is some amazing racing, tight all the way through. There's a gap of in the top 5, and that's it. Everything else is like literally in the orange and yellows, 0.5, 0.4, 3/4 tenths between each driver. That's amazing.
Look at them all. You can't separate this field tonight, and it's been like this for our AMs and our Pro-Am series for the first 3 rounds so far. It shows how much this racing is really starting to heat up here over at SRW. We'll just jump up to the front and check on Scotty Gamble and his teammate Warboys. Oh! Gamble gone really deep, had to lock the brakes up. That's put Thomas Freeman through into P2 now, and now chasing down Warboys.
And Nixon's right on the back of him now. He's going to take his tyres, he's going to take a few corners to clean up now, so Nixon's going to have the ability to get right up on the back of him. You can see the braking points. Nixon is braking just a little bit later now because Gamble's tyres are going to recover. He's up 5 places, gents.
Gamble's off track again.
He's finding his way through.
Gamble's had another little slide there in front of Connor, and that's just put Connor right on the back of him now. San Fuentes has just made a move around Troy Maguire. So Troy Maguire has got done by Jerry and Blake. So Troy has now been dropped down into P13.
Tyson McAvoy, the owner of Performance Sim Racing Boys, has put out a few emojis there of sad face, straight face, angry face probably, and a crying face. Yeah, that was a silly move by those boys.
Dylan DeBono showing the nose, and so is Mark Turner. 2 cars trying to get that inside lane run. There is contact in the back with Mark Turner and Patrick Frame for Valkyrie Esports. Jace Douglas is trying to recover after that slide before. He's in P20.
Those guys.
Oh my gosh, these guys are going 4 wide. Stop it. Stop it. DeBono snuck his way through there.
Oh, tell you what, DeBono's come well out of this. He's still got a position there to fight with Cowie. The Ty hasn't given up on that position there. The Ty's going, look, no man, it's not going to be that easy. I'm going to be there till the end. Nice, clean driving by all 3 of those guys. Well done.
Ty Delaney still just holding the lead here on Dylan DeBono for P16. Great drive by Delaney Jr. and of course Dylan DeBono, who's decided to jump over and give the V8s a run. Very quick in the 86s and the TCRs, and it's definitely showing that skill set has come across to these V8s as well.
He's a wheel-wheel driver, mate, so he gets the grip of these cars really well. He did start out with us in the V8s as well before he went across. It looks amazing. Mr. Hughes is out there. Plenty of entries tonight, fellas. Yeah, it's plenty of entries every night, mate. It's you should get back out there.
Yeah, mate, Tuesday night is packed. Matty Jones is in the pits. That's early.
Early pits.
That's 6, I'm going to say 6 to 8 minutes early. Maybe like 3 laps before everybody else. We're going to jump back on board as Jace Douglas right now is chasing down Aaron Schotter. Will get that move slotted in there really nicely, really clean for his recovery drive. Definitely going to be wanting to put some places in the way, and Ty Delaney and Dylan DeBono are still battling away in front of him. So this is going to bring Douglas right back onto the back of these 2 drivers, and it's going to become a 3-way battle for P15.
Tell you what, these boys have been driving side by side. Both of them have got a bit of paint missing on each door. There's a bit of rubber, but I'm loving it. It has brought Jason into the picture, and it's going to be 3 wide with these guys. Jason's just as hungry as Ty and DeBono is, so this is going to be a pretty tight fight between these boys.
Matty Jones came out of the pits and slotted himself into P24. So 21 positions down on where he started, but a really, really early pit stop. Whoa, as we see Ty Delaney get a little loose on the loud pedal there as Jason Douglas now is hot on his tail, will go down the inside and will get a good run out of here as they come screaming down towards the start of the lap again.
Really nice run out of that corner then. Let's see here. The draft here is so strong. I reckon Jace by the end of this straight will be right on there. No. Ty got a really good exit to hold him off. Well done, Ty.
Only holding him off for this moment. We know Jace is really quick, but Ty is still a little bit sideways. Got to be careful.
Come out in 8th place. No, he hasn't.
No,
What's going on? No, he hasn't pitted.
The only person has pit is Matt Jones, and Shane Newlands has pulled into the pits now.
Matty Jones wanted to get out into some fresh air. Maybe some damage. Sometimes you hit that right spot on that car and your steering goes. Maybe he had steering going off a little bit. I don't know.
Possibly. It could be a strat, though. It could be a strat. Tim Nichols said just any in-car to watch. Oh, you want to watch some in-car? We can do some in-car, mate, for sure.
Oh, mate. Don't get ShiBBy started on in-car.
Oh, I love my cockpit cams, mate.
We love our Warren Brand cockpit cam. Jason Douglas taking it inside on this corner against Ty. Are they too wide, or has Jason just made it past? Jason has gone through.
Squeezed himself through.
I think Ty's tyres are probably feeling it a bit because he's been battling with Dylan for a fair few laps there. Lap 11.
Matt Jones now pushing through the field will take Benjamin Brook. Start making his way back up through the field. It's going to be very interesting to see because I think the pit stops are going to come through, I would say, within the next 5 minutes.
I'm just trying to think back to Tuesday night when we pitted. I just can't remember.
On board with Mr. Fuel Saver, you can hear Blake Delaney clutching in then, just sitting behind Travis Daly. So Blake's up and he's clutching again. Blake's up to something here. This could be his pit strategy. We know Blake is phenomenally good at fuel saving. Listen to him. Clutching but still keeping pace. It's ridiculous how he does this.
Yeah, he really gets momentum going and then just rides the car through the curves.
Realised too.
Oh, that was Funky Miller up against the wall. He's dropped down a few places now. Looks like he's really given himself a number. That's given Dyke the opportunity to come up the place. Dyke is right on the back of Connor Nixon. He's fighting for that 4th place like crazy.
Right, there is fights all over the place still. Coleman now on the back of Dodds too. These two, we've seen it over the last few seasons. Dodds and Coleman are so similar in pace that once these two come together, it is battles non-stop. So keep an eye on this battle for P6. Blake Delaney on the back of Travis Daly as well, battle for P10. But this is a long race, and you could hear just before how much Delaney is clutch saving. So he's definitely going to try and pull the long pit, as we see Douglas and De Bono still battling as well. Patrick Frame has now just been overtaken by Matt Jones. So Matt Jones is now up another position and pushing through this field as he goes. De Bono.
Yeah, Jason's starting to put pressure on De Bono now. De Bono will be feeling some of the tyre issues as well because he had a long battle there with Ty for a long time. And it takes some heat out of those tyres. You know what, mate, I'm just sitting there thinking, I know me and you discussed this during the week, and I know the viewers would love to see it, but if we had another cam here with some watch other fights in the little window, it would be so perfect. I think it's something we need to work on for our broadcast.
It can be done. Can be done.
It can be done. Definitely can be done. If it can be done, we will do it.
Sure, I've got the skills to do it.
Look at this fight again now. Ty's got himself back on the back. Oh!
Shane
He's
Newlands.
past Connor there. I don't know where it was, whether Nixon had a thing, but Noble is in the pits.
Here's the overtake here from Jamie Dyke on Connor Nixon to secure P4.
The brakes, well done. He made it look very easy, didn't he?
Both two really good drivers, so yep, Sam Noble is in the pits. Let's get back to live.
I've got some good news for you, and I've got some bad news for you. My young fella has woken up. I'm going to be silent for a second, but I will be here and get him to fall asleep in my lap.
You just let me know when you're back, mate. I can take over, no problems at all. Jump down to Blake Delaney and Travis Daly. Delaney now finally trying to make a move on Travis. Get himself up into that P9 position. This is battle for P9 right now. Delaney still on the fuel save. There's a little contact there. And he spun Daly. Daly is spun into that wall. And as you can see, the field is so close. He is just plummeting through the field right now. That's put Daly now back down into P19. That was unfortunate contact. We'll put Blake up into P12 now with Junior Delaney in P13. Right, the pit strategies have started flowing through. 22 minutes in, lap 14. Warboys is in, Gamble is in, Dyke is in, Nixon is in, Coleman is in. So at the moment, Thomas Freeman will be the race leader for this moment. Whoever comes out of those pits first will have the better run into this next section of racing. Maguire's in, San Fuentes is in, Douglas is in. All the guys now starting to pull through into those pits. Get that up on screen so you can see that. Everybody is starting to flow through now. A couple of guys stayed out. Dylan DeBono is still out. Aaron Schotter is still out. Warboy's entering the field now in a really, really good spot. He's going to hold himself in a P6 position here. Scotty Gamble managed to get back out in P10. And don't forget, this is all going to change because there's a few cars there that haven't actually pit yet. So once they come around, Scott Gamble and Blake Warboys, you will probably see them jump back up into P1 and P2. So Matt Jones pulled that early pit stop. He's locked himself into P9 at the moment. Again, the next run of pit stops could see him move up into P3. It's going to be very, very interesting as we see the rest of the field start flowing through into those pits as we come around for lap 15 here tonight, nearly halfway through. Tim Nicol on Tuesday pitted lap 14 and lap 19 just to make it home from lap. And you had an early safety car as well, Tim. So that made a big difference. So there we go. Thomas Freeman, Harry Dodds are in. Will Andrew Cowan and Blake Delaney come round and pull into the pits as well? We will find out any minute now. Matt Jones had an off track. He's just lost. He's losing positions. Matt Jones has had an off track. He has now lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions on that because the field is so close. And there we have it. Delaney stayed out. There is a drive-through penalty at the moment for car 08. That is Blake Delaney with contact on lap 13. And that was with Travis Daly that we saw that live on the broadcast. So his fuel saving has got him out in P1, so he is going to have to do that drive-through penalty. But as I stated, Blake Warboys, because of when he pitted, will put himself back up into P2. Thomas Freeman still yet to pit as well. Scott Gamble is right there on the back. So he will be holding himself a nice and solid P4 right now. But Jamie Dyke is on the absolute warpath right now. wanting to catch up to these guys in front. We will see what's going to happen here. Scott Gamble, very, very quick driver for W&KP Sim Sports, riding the back of Freeman. Jump on board for Warren and Brown Tools cockpit cam and see just how close Scotty Gamble is getting to the back of Thomas Freeman.
Please. Please.
I'm back, mate. I'm back, and I've got a young little boy in my arms.
Got a junior commentator. Just riding on board here with Scotty Gamble as he chases down Thomas Freeman. Delaney got a drive-through penalty for that contact with Travis Daly. So we are waiting to see what happens. I did just want to quickly pop up. Where is the pits?
I was just about to ask you the same question, mate. Did I miss all the pits?
Yeah, so we had a big flow through. So at the moment, the only one to have not pit is actually Blake Delaney. So Warboy's managed to get himself back into P1. Delaney still has to do a drive-through penalty, so that's going to really affect his positioning. But Thomas Freeman has started to push a gap here. And Scott Gamble as well, trying to get away from him. But Jamie Dyke is hot on their tail as well. Matty Jones came out in a really good spot, but unfortunately did have a spin and put himself off track and lost 5 positions. But he is back up into P9, but with Harry Dodds chasing the back of him right now.
So, Mr. Jones' early pit must have been for a bit of damage or something because it's way out of cycle, way too early. So you're looking at lap 15 and 14 was the touch point, and it was before the halfway mark. So we're expecting another pit.
Yeah, I think there'll be a last bit of pit. Hard to say.
Around the 55-minute mark. Around there.
Probably a little bit sooner, maybe 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah, unless the boys can, some of these boys can fuel save a hell of a lot, but I can't see that happening. The only one I can really see that do that is Blake.
He will be going through now for his drive-through. Yes, he is in the pits now, so this drive-through is going to be really painful on Delaney as this field is still extremely on top of each other, and he is falling already down into P8.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough drive for him.
See Dodds going down the inside of Jones. Both on the brakes, very similar.
Give this up. Nicely positioned by Jones. Oh, a bit of a wiggle. That lost a little bit of pace. Jones will be out for him for the next corner and maybe down into the hard left-hander on the bottom of the hill. Looking pretty good across here. The times are still really tight everywhere across. So we've got Turner up by 7 places, Schotter up by 8 in the back markers of the grid, but Dyke and Noble, Dyke up 6 and Noble up 5 places. Really well done.
Also got a battle here for P10 again. Ty Delaney, Jason Douglas, Mark Turner. Sorry, P11. All hunting each other down. Scott Gamble is getting hunted by Dyke as well. Mark Turner is off track and into the wall.
Ooh, he's hit that hard too. There'll be some damage there.
Hit that really hard. Was in a great battle there with Delaney and Douglas, and just out of nowhere, he's just sort of speared off the track.
Looks like he must have missed a break point or something. But, you know, Ty's still in the battle, and that's Noble and Coleman.
Coleman got a really good run out of that corner there. Really good run.
I'm not sure. Coleman, Noble's gone really deep onto the right side of the track. I'm not sure that was the right move, but he's maintained some pace, but Coleman's got this.
Should lock that in here. Oh, Noble, no. Noble's still there. Noble's
Did he get a
still
slow
there.
down? It looked like he backed off then. That was weird. That looked like Coleman backed off, didn't it? He's got a slow down.
I don't know. Did the slowdown usually last a lot longer than that? I'm sort of feeling that maybe it was just a split decision. He saw Noble was just out in front of him, so he gave him the way and just rolled off the accelerator. Oh, Mark
He hasn't given it up, though. Delaney's in his pit.
Great battle here with David Coleman of Fishy Motorsports, and of course the 953 driver of 95 Sim Sports, Sam Noble. These two are going hell for leather around every corner. Absolutely nothing separates these two drivers here. It's synchronized racing here tonight at Barcelona.
I think the Olympics were there a while back ago, but I'll tell you what, it's good to see drivers being able to drive like this for a whole bloody lap. All of this, Coleman's got some good run out of there. It's not the ideal line, but look at him go.
These two showing some great driving. Great respect from both drivers as well.
I thought the laps would be starting to drop down the pace of the cars out there, but not at all.
Watch the contact, boys. Oh, Coleman! A little on the loud pedal into the tyre wall. Oh no, after such great battling, that allows Matty Jones to sneak up and Harry Dodds to sneak up. Now Dodds is on the back of Noble. Dodds down the inside, there's contact! Noble has slid. Matty Jones now wanting to chase down Dodds. So far Dodds and Jones have both made up a lot of positions there from those cars sliding out in front of them. We'll find out what race control has to say for that. Coleman still falling down the field. His tyres are going to be extremely dirty. Oh, and he slid again! Having issues with those rear tyres now that he's absolutely burnt them out. Hang on, I've got to turn your mic back on.
Yeah, Dodds just called out an incident by the sounds of it. I'm listening to race control. 981's called an incident through. And tell you what, Coleman's fried those tyres, hasn't he?
He sure has. Oh, Ty Delaney with a slide too, and that puts him off track and allows Jason Douglas to climb up 4 more positions into P10 now. A great comeback drive from Douglas after that spin at the start that dropped him down into P20. He's now back up into P10. Great drive, Harry Dodds and Matty Jones. Dodds has really slowed down. What's happened there? Dodds has dropped right off the accelerator. I think he might have been giving that position back to Sam Noble because of their little touch that they had just before. So he has redressed that position, I think, what's happened there, but it did make him lose a spot to Matty Jones, and Matty Jones is now up into P6. Blake Warboys just making an absolute meal of this at the moment. He is 3.6 seconds out in the lead from Thomas Freeman right now. Phenomenal drive for Warboys. Thomas Freeman, Fishy Motorsports, absolutely killing it as well. Scott Gamble, WKMP. Car 981 redressed to car 953. That's exactly what we did just see on stream as Dodds redresses for Sam Nobles and does lose that position to Matt Jones as well. But Jamie Dyke, last season's champion, here on the back of Scott Gamble, up 6 positions so far. Great drive from Dyke. Tim Nichols states this track is very challenging even with the new tyres. You're on the knife edge every lap. We are seeing that across the field as we jump back to Douglas and Delaney side by side again. Little bit of a touch there, getting really, really close to each other. This battle has been going on for most of this series. Great to see the two young guns I believe we have a 14-year-old and a 21-year-old. I do believe those ages are correct. If I have got them wrong, please let me know. Shout it out. Say, ShiBBy, your ages are wrong, man. Get your facts right. Bloody great drive, though, from Delaney and Douglas tonight. Andrew Cowan is now getting in on this battle, up 7 positions into P12. Haven't seen too much of this man since him and his 2 teammates were battling it out and caused a bit of contact, but he now will get himself into this battle for P10 here with Delaney and Douglas. Cowan just showing the nose there to Delaney Jr. Delaney's going to kick up some dirt in Cowan's face as we ride on board the ZB Commodore of the Performance Sim Racing Car 991. Andrew Cowan. Look how close these guys are. This could be a battle to the end. 37 minutes in. Cowie again showing the nose. Delaney coming across really nicely to cover it. Douglas looked like he just got a little unsettled, and that's actually allowed Delaney to get a run on him. Here we go again. Delaney-Douglas battles that have been happening all night. Some really great driving shown by both these young drivers. Solid show of driving skills out here tonight. Matt Jones in the pits. The start of the second run of pits is done. Matt Jones has pulled early again, so this is going to be interesting.
Well, I guess Matty's going to recover from the early pit earlier in the race,
Oh
eh?
my gosh.
Lap 9.
Douglas is starting to fall off the pace. Delaney has just absolutely screamed around him. Cowie has now got a position on him, but wait, Douglas is coming back again. Side by side with Andrew Cowan now, but look who's come into this battle. Troy Maguire and Dylan DeBono. This is going to be a 4-way battle now for P10. Ty Delaney starting to make a pull away. Troy Maguire showing the nose. Cowan and Douglas side by side into turn 1.
That was pretty abrupt there by Troy Maguire, showing his nose like that.
Especially with DeBono on the rear of him. And Douglas and Cowie battling it out as well. Dodds and Noble. Sam Noble, I think. Yeah, I think Sam Noble's had a bit of an off track there. Oh, Dodds with a huge slide. So Dodds has climbed himself up into P5 now. DeBono, now we move back down the track. DeBono.
Tell you what, the fighting up front is still the same as it was. Dykey's right on the back of Gamble. But have a look at the big mover, young shotter. It's gone up 10 places. Cowan 9, Delaney Jr. 8.
Bono just gets that move done around the Fishy Motorsports driver Troy Maguire. That will move DeBono up 4 positions into P12. But I don't think Maguire is going to give this position away all that easy as he looks to come back to DeBono.
Noble's in. Both of them pitting at the moment. And it's left it open up for the front. Well, Gamble's out now. Let's see where he comes out in the field. Noble's still in there. He's been there for a fair while.
Oh, here comes Douglas on Cowan. The run down the straight into turn 1 seems to be a really good spot for these V8s to take the move as Douglas and Cowan do the switch over. Cowan pulls down to the lower line. Douglas will get a really smooth run through there though. Oh, a bit of slide there which will keep Cowan right on the back of him. This battle isn't over yet.
No, as soon as you think a battle's over, another one starts and it just keeps on going.
We're going to have a battle. We've got Maguire and DeBono as well. Up front, we've got Dyke on the back of Freeman. A bit further back, we've got Daly on the back of Hayden. Sam Noble is now on the back of Chris Miller. Funky. Sam Noble did lose a few spots. Has pulled through the pits. has come out in P3 to P13. That's actually really good, especially if you guys in front of him are going to still need to pit.
Well, Scotty Gamble's come out in 6th from his pit.
Go backwards, go backwards, go backwards. Chris Miller and Matty Jones were side by side there. Matty Jones will just get the power down and pull away. Harry Dodds now in the pits. Connor Nixon keeping up with the pace of Dyke.
Dodds is in the pits as well now.
So it was right around that 40 to 45 minute mark is where I sort of thought we'd start seeing pits start running again. Benjamin Brook with a little bit of a slide there as he gets lapped. Number
Gamble was in for 15 seconds. It looks like, whoa, Harry Dodds has only been in there for 14, so I don't know if he's got a little bit less fuel in there because he was in a lap later, but it'll be interesting to see how tight these guys are at the end of the race.
Sure is. The rest, I think, the drivers will start filing through the pits now extremely soon.
Yep, they are. Ed Hayden's just popped in. Dyke is sitting himself in 3rd place, really nice position. I don't know how much fuel saving he's done, but he's 7 places up. He's got Nixon on the back of him, but 29 seconds to Gamble.
Dodds now makes another move around Ty Delaney. That'll put Harry Dodds up into P7. Ty Delaney up 9 spots though. Still holding out 8th overall, and Ty is essentially an AM driver at this point.
Blake Warboy's in, and behind him, straight after him, Jamie Dyke.
Yep. So this will be interesting to see if Scott comes in as well. They seem to be on the same pit strategy.
Well, Gamble's already pitted. Let's see how he's going to come around this corner and where he's going to come out in front of Dyke and Warboys.
Then we'll have to keep an eye on Thomas Freeman and Connor Nixon as well, because at the moment they are holding the lead of this pack.
Both coming out.
Right, coming out now. Gamble will just get past him. But Jamie Dyke will slide himself back into P5.
Yeah.
Really, really good timing.
Nixon and Freeman have still got a pit.
Delaney, San Fuentes, Douglas, Cowan, Funky, all into the pits now.
The question's going to be, is Freeman going to be able to come out before Dyke to hold his podium position? Nixon's definitely got a pit again as well. So it's going to be teammates fighting for 3rd and 4th. The rest of the trails are all popping in the pits now.
See those drivers up there with only one stop. They will have to do a second stop. They're on board with Thomas Freeman, who is yet to do his second as he comes around towards the pit. What's he going to go in? He's going to go another one. Coleman's in though behind him.
Coleman's in, yeah. What about Nixon?
Well, Nixon's in as well, so Freeman.
All right, so it's going to be the key to these front three Blake Warboy, Scotty Gamble and Jamie Dyke. It's going to be key to see how these guys come out and where they're going to come out.
Warboy's still sitting in 3rd.
Freeman's got 21 seconds.
Pits. No, Warboys is going to get him round up. Oh, Coleman's leaving. Coleman left before Nixon. Coleman was in the pits after Nixon. Has Nixon forgot to turn something off? Or did he have extra fuel?
Coleman did 14.47, so that's pretty short. Nixon's done
15.8.
No, Nixon did
15.82.
15.8, yeah.
Right, Troy Maguire is now
so
in.
where these boys come out?
Thomas still yet to pit. It's really interesting.
He's going to have to pick his next one.
He's going to have to pull in. How much fuel would he have had extra? He's really pushing it to the limits. He's got 28 seconds gap back to Warboys. he could get in and get out and still slot into P3, P4. Full pit lane time.
Yeah, he's going to be somewhere there about P3, P4, so it's going to be... He's going another one, mate.
He's going again.
Pit
lane time is 40 seconds.
The quickest pit with these boys up front has been a 15... it was Gamble, 15.7. Jamie Dyke did a 14.07, so if he's gone in, he's going to be like a 12-second pit, maybe.
The average pit lane time, all up, is about 40 seconds, so...
Yeah, but he's going to take off a couple of seconds off the actual pit itself because he's going to have less fuel, so it's going to be interesting to see how long it takes him to pit.
And he's not fuel saving. We're on board with him right now. He is not fuel saving. He is still pushing this car. The rears are starting to let go, though. You can hear that them starting to grip and slide as he was feathering the accelerator. Blake Warboys has just done the fastest lap of this race session with a 1:44 flat. Warboys is on a warpath now.
Dodds is...
Oh no, Sam Fuentes has got a blown engine. What has happened there? We just saw Jerry.
What are you doing?
His car is smoking. It's not happy. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so this is his off-track moment. So he's blown his engine somewhere just before this.
Yeah,
I wonder
definitely.
if he's downshifted too hard through the corners. Oh, he's smoking still. Wow, so this... Oh, it's happened here.
Yeah, he's popped it.
Yeah, something's not happy here.
He's popped it.
Something's happened, and there it goes. The engine let goes right there. That is really unfortunate for Jerry Sanfuentes.
Freeman's in. So let's watch these boys come past and see where they come past.
They're still 26 seconds behind him, so he's got time. He's got a lot of time. Jerry managed to get it all the way back to pits. That's really unfortunate. He's out.
Yeah.
He's out. There goes Warboys.
5 seconds.
Warboys is around him.
The fuel.
Here comes Scotty Gamble.
Around the corner. He's come out in front of Scotty. Well done.
Wow, what a phenomenal strategy there from Thomas Freeman. But he's going to have cold tyres now.
Yep, he's going to
be
have
nice and
on
warm.
his hands for at least a lap.
Solid pit strategy though from Thomas Freeman in the number 6 car for Fishy Motorsports. Oh, there's a car around. Car facing the wrong way. Benjamin Brook in the Aussie Sim Geek car. Sam Noble.
Blake just the fastest lap on track. A 1:44.007.
Matt Jones and Sam Noble at it again. Really great drive from Sam Noble. Mate, I'm trying to think of a driver at car 07 to redress car 991. So that is car Ty Delaney with Andrew Cowan. Yep. Okay, so
look at this battle here. 3 cars. De Bono, Cowan, Ty Delaney. That is, I tell you what, these boys have been having an epic drive tonight, all 3 of them. That's sensational.
We are going to need to keep in mind we are 10 minutes into the last 10 minutes of this race. So many great shows of driving out here tonight, but what we do need to know and what we are going to need help with is we're going to need help with picking a driver of the day. I have too many choices that I would throw into the hat right now. We are looking at one of them on screen.
One of these 3 would be a good choice because look at the paint that's been removed off these cars. They're going to have to remember this. Oh, Cowan's going to take the nose on the inside. Is he going to be able to hold it to the braking point? He's broken that a little bit earlier, which is giving Ty Delaney the opportunity. No, it was Cowie braking a little bit later, giving him the opportunity to get his nose in front. Bono's there and thereabouts all the time, isn't he? Just
He's
snapping these
right up
boys.
there. This is battle for P10 still. These guys are still battling for P10. Jason Douglas has put 3.6 seconds on these guys as well. He got away from this battle pack and just said, see you lads, I'll leave that battling up to you, as we see Ty Delaney going down the inside of Cowan now. He is going to hold that. He will slot in front of Cowie. De Bono, though, got a huge run. Going to hold that outside line.
Draft down that hill. That was Ty. That was Ty going on the outside, actually, mate. That Torner was a right-hander.
It's brought Troy Maguire onto the back of this as well. Seen a lot of these four drivers here tonight. Phenomenal drives. Aaron Schotter for the Valkyrie Esports team, chasing down Blake Delaney.
I'll tell you what, mate. Who's that team? Frame, is it Frame? No. Behind the boys, Maguire. He has been there and thereabouts, seems to drop off a little bit, then come all the way back up again. So he's making life a bit hard for himself.
Just catching the back of him. Tim Nicol is voting for Andrew Cowan, the driver of the 991 for Performance in Racing, as we see him get loose out of that corner. Can he catch that before he hits the wall? He will. What a phenomenal catch by Cowie. Sorry about my camera work. That was really exciting and it was really, really fast. I can't believe Cowie managed to catch that. That was an extremely high speed off track. Got a little loose in that battle pack. He has now dropped 3 positions after that. That is really unfortunate for the Performance Sim Racing driver.
He was the highest mover at that point until he lost that.
Aaron Schotter now will be our biggest move up 10 spots. Biggest shaker, unfortunately, is David Coleman and Jerry Sanfuentes, both down 14 positions. Sanfuentes does look like he might be out of the race because he has been in that pit lane for a very long time with that blown engine.
Mate, I think we've missed something because Warboys is in front of Freeman.
Let's see what we can find. I definitely do think we've missed something, but Blake... Freeman was in the pits. Freeman came through the pits again. And
Second time?
Yeah, and that's where Warboys got around him.
Oh, during that second pit. No, not a third time.
Yeah, during the second pit.
Okay,
Warboys got
So we saw him come out of the pit and we saw him come out as Scotty Gamble, but Warboys was already past him. That's fair enough. Yeah, cool.
You jinxed him. I did nothing of the sort, Tim. It was actually you because you voted for him as driver of the day, which meant I changed the camera to Cowie. So it was all your fault, Tim. And now we are on board with Troy Maguire as he still battles it out with Dylan De Bono and Ty Delaney. Delaney is a big lock-up. He's managed to keep it in front of them, though.
Oh, Funky Miller's got himself on the back of that pack as well now.
This is one heck of a battle for P10. It just hasn't stopped all night. And a lot of these battles are from our AM drivers.
Dylan De Bono's got himself in a really fast fishy sandwich here, mate. He's got one in the front and 2 behind him. Oh, he's put the nose out. Will he be able to break that a little bit later and hold it? This is what these boys have been doing to each other all night. Well done, Dylan. Good move. Oh, Ty's got a bit of pressure from his teammate behind him now.
I think Ty's tyres, as we discussed earlier, because he's been in so many battles, I think his rear tyres are actually starting to fall off quite a lot towards this last stint. Yeah, he's dropped. He's let them
both through.
He's let both the Fishy team through. I'd say he's really starting to struggle with those rear tyres this close to the end of the race. Aaron Schotter and Andrew Cowan side by side. Cowie pushed through and managed to get another position back there. And we'll move him back up into P15.
Schotter is our biggest mover of the night. He's up 9 places.
Driving extremely well here for the Valkyrie Esports team. We've got another driver of the day name to put in the hat, Blake Warboys for number 63. I do definitely believe that the top 3 could all get a driver of the day award.
They've really taken it away up front, haven't they? They've really had it their own way.
They've got away from the pack nice and early, played a very clever pit strategy to keep them clear of all the battling, and just pulled their self out in front. Ray Douglas dropping back in. Go Jace, you're up there with the pro boys. Go get them.
Matty Jones had a rough week this week, mate. He was in all sorts in the Formula 3s. He got into a few situations. Oh, real loose across the rear end there. He's put the power down real early trying to get up on him. And then tonight as well.
Get that track map up here for the final 3 minutes of round 3 here at Barcelona, thanks to Warren and Brown Tools for your Simrigs. V8 Supercars ProAm series. Everybody's starting to struggle with the rears now as they're on board with Matty Jones, but we are going to drop to Andrew Cowan. Something's happened with Cowie. He's dropped places. He's dropped. Shotter and Daly have both got around him somewhere, but he's coming back at them now.
Oh, he's struggling with the front end of that car. Maybe he's had some impact or something. That looked like it was crab walking there on the brakes.
A little bit also looked like Daly's car was getting really wide. I need anybody else got some names for drivers of the day who you think has been a standout driver over the broadcast this evening. I could name multiple of them. We are going to need your help to pick one tonight because I cannot do it myself.
Yeah, look, oh, what was that?
Oh, there was contact just as we...
Both of them missed the braking point. That was the slingshot for Cowan.
Shotter went off. Daly got down the side.
I think there was a love tap there because I heard Cowie say, sorry, mate. So he must have given him a bit of a love tap and off-balanced him out there. But I'll tell you what, mate, the front four, Dyke has been sitting on the... Oh, again, these boys. Dyke's been sitting on the back of these boys at the front and has not moved.
He's just sitting just under a second off the back of Scott Gamble. He's up P6, taking a very conservative race here tonight.
Well, I guess it's his first night back to the championship and he's just got to get some consistent pace back. He's been away for, I think it's 6 weeks.
Yeah,
so,
yep.
It's a bit of a slog to get back.
He's still up there in P4, battling it out with the big boys. All right, we've got... So we've got some calls for Aaron Shotter, number 19
yeah, well, he's
car
the biggest mover up the ladder. He's up 9 places.
And he's been consistently in that spot for majority of the race, so he's doing extremely well. And car number 63, Troy Maguire as well. We got some shout outs for Troy Maguire for driver of the day.
He's a good driver, mate. I haven't seen much of Troy, but he's just past the Bono now again. He seems to be just I like his style, a little bit on the aggressive side, but fair. He's not afraid to throw the nose in there.
Oh, that is white flag, I believe.
That is white flag, yep.
That is white flag. Blake Warboys, car number 63. WKMP SimSport is leading the charge now, coming around the final corners. Keep an eye on that timing tower as Matty Jones and Sam Noble are duking it out in the background still. But
there's no stopping these boys, is there?
Be your round 3 winner, Blake Warboys for WKMP SimSport. Thomas Freeman from Fishy Motorsports will come across the line in P2. And Scott Gamble will take another podium in P3 for WK and P Sim Sports. Jamie Dyke did definitely close that really
And well
close.
done by Nixon and Douglas back there as well. That's Nixon, Dodds, Noble, Jones. Tell you what, the boys have had an amazing race out there.
Mate, can we just give a driver of the day award to all our drivers tonight? Is that possible? Because at this point, I'd love to give them all a little congratulations package thanks to Tempting Sweets. These guys are still battling it out. De Bono and Funky Miller still going for it. The race is not over yet for these guys. De Bono just off the back of Maguire. Maguire did manage to get himself into that P10 spot finish. Coming round the final corners now. Douglas is going to finish in P9.
Well done, Douglas. He's had a good race too.
Wow.
I tell you what, the race top to bottom tonight has been exceptional. For the boys in the middle of the pack, back of the pack, front of the pack, it's been 4 wide, 3 wide, 4 in a row. It's been sensational. You know what? They've all put on an amazing show. I hope the viewers have enjoyed it.
We've got a driver of the day call for Greg Barber to get a driver of the day. I haven't seen him drive yet, mate. Guys, if you have enjoyed this broadcast, let us know by hitting that like button. It does a lot to help our streams reach a bigger audience, which then allows us to showcase all our drivers, sponsors to more people. We want to make sure all our drivers get as much airtime and all the airtime they deserve here on SRW TV. But what a phenomenal race here tonight. The WK and P Sim Sport lads will sit on the podium for one more time this season. As War Boys now showing us how to do a beautiful line locker. Love it.
Tell you what, mate. Apologise, viewers, but family does come first. But what an epic race. Nath, killer job tonight, mate, filling in for my gaps of quietness. And my lovely little boy wants me to take him to bed. Do you want me to tickle you? Okay.
There you
So
have
now
it.
I've got to go tuck him in.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is your podium here tonight for round 3 at Barcelona for the Simrigs.com V8 Supercars ProAm Series. Let's give a huge congratulations to these 3 phenomenal drivers for taking out the podium. We will be getting them into the comms box to have a chat with all of them. So stick tight while we wait for them to come on down so we can congratulate them ourselves. And as for driver of the day, we have had 2 people also shout out Cowan. But I think we will actually go with Aaron Schotter. I think new driver to the league, stayed extremely consistent over the course of the field, was up 10 spots and had some phenomenal battles here tonight. So I am going to call it right now. As I said, I would love to give every single driver out here tonight the driver of the day, but your round 3 driver of the day will be Aaron Schotter. Huge congratulations to him, and thank you all for helping me pick a driver of the day, as we will get into podium interviews. I do see 2 guys in there. Let me just quickly get my overlay ready. I don't have Steve here to fill the gaps. 3rd place. All right, we will be getting on to our podium interviews as Warboys rips another burnout. Get into it, mate. Show off those sponsors. Oh, who doesn't love a good burnout? Thomas Freeman, you're up, mate. Go. Let it rip. Let it rip, mate. Nope, can't hear me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what a wild race that was. Hey, is that Aaron Schotter? The life of Aaron? Is that Aaron Schotter? Mate, if that is, you just got driver of the day, mate. Congratulations. I'll be in contact with you to grab some postage details so we can get a congratulations package sent to you, thanks to temptingsweets.com.au. But we are going to jump back to a start of the replay as we jump on board with Scott Gamble, who is your P3 tonight. We are going to drag him in right now. Mr. Scotty Gamble.
Hey, how we going, guys?
Good, mate, good. Another podium, a double podium finish for the WK&P SimSport guys.
Yeah, absolutely. That was nice way to finish it, and congrats to Blake and to Freeman for coming second.
It was an interesting race, that's for sure, when it came to pit strategies. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was. I knew I came in a little bit early, but we were just seeing if we could force anyone else's hand and see if they would come in. And if they didn't, was I able to maybe get an undercut and get in front of Freeman? But yeah, he didn't blink. He decided to go long, and the other guys didn't blink for a couple of laps later. But, at the end of the day, I had some pretty bad underbody damage, and it was affecting the car. It was hard to, next minute I was under driving it, then I was over driving it, and so we had a fair bit of optional damage going on. But it didn't pan out. It nearly did. That last lap when Freeman pitted, if I'd got that like a half a second better, we would have got him and made it a bit more difficult for him. But good on him. He drove well, and yeah.
Yeah, well, he definitely pushed it out 3 extra laps, and we were wondering what was going, but it definitely worked out in his favour in a way. I had to put a little bit less fuel in, I believe, and it got him out of that pit really fast, mate. But phenomenal drive from you and your teammate again. You guys are really sticking it to the Pro-Am series this season, mate. So great to see a new team out there, and you still having a blast?
Yeah, mate, always having fun. Doing our best, and I enjoy it. So it was good fun, good racing by the guys. It was a shame with Morrison. I'm not sure what happened there. It just seemed like he come across and then went flying off the track. That was really unfortunate, but apart from that, having really good fun and enjoying the racing.
Oh, mate, great to hear, because that's our number one rule. Get out there and have fun doing it, mate. You guys got pretty lucky. You cleared majority of the pack pretty quick, which I think definitely worked in your favor, as if you looked from like P6 back down to P25th, the field was just absolutely on top of each other. Were you keeping an eye on the relatives and just seeing what was going on in the background?
Yeah, we were. The initial plan at the start was just sort of keep a good momentum up, and then we're going to push on when everyone sort of warm their tyres a bit. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. When it came time to push in that first, we had nothing. I had nothing left, and I was like, oh, come on. But, good race by Jamie. Jamie Dykey kept the pressure on the whole way. And, we were keeping a good eye on him, but, and it was good to get that breakaway early.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Phenomenal drive from you guys again. It's always a pleasure watching you guys take to the track out there. Mate, congratulations again for a P3 here for round 3 at Barcelona, mate. The mic is all yours now to shout out all the sponsors that keep you guys out on track.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast and putting the series on. Awesome, we enjoy it, so good fun and appreciate that. Shout out to John Van Ray from WK&P. He was in there spotting for us, letting us know what was going on behind us, so that was good. And to our sponsor list, Wodonga Carts and Parts, Super Cheap Auto, Rebel Sports, BCF, MacPack, Pool Guys, Adelaide, Barella Cabinets, Bay 21 Coffee Beans, LGC Images, Dave 37 Racing, and Warboars Motorsport. Thank you very much, all you guys. Keep WK&P and us racing, and congratulations to Blake and Freo, well done.
Go and celebrate again, like I'm sure you've been doing the last 3 rounds, mate. You guys are definitely starting to lock yourself in some really good points, mate. And we are off to Imola next week, mate. So go get some practice in, buddy, and we'll see you next Sunday.
All right, cheers, guys. See you.
That was your 3rd place podium finish here tonight. Scott Gamble, number 543 for WK and P Esports. We will jump now to 2nd place, and that is the Fishy Motorsports driver, Thomas Freeman, in the number 6 car. Hey, Thomas. Oh, he's got himself muted. Oh. I will have to do this. Oh, Thomas, you there, mate?
Sorry, guys.
You're all right, mate. You're all right. There's no Steve here at the moment. It's just ShiBBy, mate. It's just ShiBBy.
ShiBBy? How are you, man?
Good, mate. How are you after that, the pit strategy tonight?
Yeah, it was, I thought I'd just try something different. Felt like the drop-off of the tyres was very quick, so if I could just save a little bit of fuel and if it worked to stay in front of Gamble, which it did, it would be probably my best chance to get to Warboys because his pace was too quick tonight, but just didn't get there in the end. But it was a good strategy and it almost kind of worked out.
Mate, I would say it definitely worked out. You had put yourself about 30 seconds in front before you pulled into that pit, so we were watching them come around and you just dropped down on the jacks as Warboys went through, mate. So phenomenal choice of pit strategy. The pit strategy was actually all over the field tonight with a bunch of different groups pulling different times. Like Matty Jones went in so much earlier than everybody else, and we're a little confused on what he was doing. We thought he might have had damage or something, but no, he just decided to pull in nice and early, and then Scott Gamble as well, just jumping in nice and early to try and pull some of the field with him, mate. So the pit strategies had me a little confused tonight, but yours definitely worked out, and congratulations on that, mate. How was the racing with the boys up front tonight?
Yeah, it was really good. I think we were gifted P2 at the start there when Gamble just locked that or pinched that left front and went off into the sand. And actually, to be honest, I think he might have been holding up Warboys a little bit because it seemed that Warboys was pressuring him and he was running wide a little bit. So I think he kind of gave Warboys that fresh air and he kind of took off, and I was definitely pushing to keep up with him. The car was difficult to drive, especially with the drop off of the tyres as well. So as soon as you started, like, you think you could push, that's when you'd run wide a little bit and then you'd lose 4/10 here, 4/10 there, and you'd have to make it back again. But it was real good running with them guys, and I'd say I didn't really battle anyone. I'd say I was gifted that P2, and then it was pretty much just the pit strategy, like you said, worked out, and I got to stay in front of Gamble, and he was just keeping it pretty much on the black stuff.
Yeah, because as you came out of pits, Gamble was hot on your tail, and both Steve and I were like, oh, Freeman's going to come out on cold tyres and have a warmed-up Gamble right on the back of him. And we thought, oh, this is going to be on now for the rest of the race. But, yeah, you managed to slowly keep yourself there, mate, and locked yourself in for a podium finish and second place tonight, mate. So congratulations.
Yeah, cheers, Nate. Yeah, it was really good. I think with the cold tyres, even that second one, I think he pitted a little bit too early. So if he came out in front of me, he definitely would have been able to hold me up, but I don't think it would have been for too long. Like, the cold tyres with the V8 Supercar is not too bad. They're normally, if someone's been on tyres for a long time in these things and you come out on cold tyres, it's normally still like the guy that's pitted or that's coming out the pits later probably has that advantage straight away. So, but yeah, all in all, it was an awesome race for me. P2 stoked.
Yeah, mate. Well, congratulations, mate. It was a phenomenal race, and it's Imola next week, buddy, with another top 10 shootout. So that is going to be a cracking race as well. So it is now all yours to shout at all the sponsors that keep you out here on the track.
Yeah, cheers, Nate. First of all, thanks to you guys for the broadcast. I know the old man and the old lady are watching tonight. Thanks to the boys at Fishy Motorsports. Dykey, welcome back, mate. He's been away for a while with work, but it's good to have him back in. All our sponsors just keeping us running, and I have to have a shout out to the boys that ran the 24-hour as well Saturday morning. Didn't get the result that we wanted, but it was a good dip by everyone, so thanks. And thanks to you guys again, and the stewards as well.
All good, mate. Before you go, where did you guys finish?
We finished P12 for the weekend. Unfortunately, it was Aussie on Aussie contact very early into the race with a late dive. I won't say who, but that gave us 7.5 minutes of damage. So unfortunately, when you're running in top split, that it kind of puts you on the back foot, and then you're fighting for the rest of the race. But we stayed out of trouble for the rest of the race, and we came out 4 laps down, and we finished, I think, just behind the leader 5 laps down. So it was a solid effort, really. We didn't really, apart from that accident, we didn't lose overall, like for the whole 22.5 hours that we were back out with no damage. So it was a good effort from everyone.
Yeah, solid effort, mate, to get yourself back up there in the P12 finish for the Fishy Motorsports in the 24-hour this weekend. Congratulations to you and your whole team, mate, and we look forward to seeing you back out here on track next week.
Yeah, awesome, boys. Thank you very much.
That was Thomas Freeman, driver for the Fishy Motorsports team. Number 6 will take out second place tonight as we jump on through to first place. Driver for WK&P Sim Sports, number 63, Blake Warboys.
How are we, guys?
Hey, mate, we get you back in the comms box again.
Yeah, how about that? It's not bad.
Not bad at all, mate. Not bad. What a race tonight.
Yeah, that was good fun. Interesting. Trying to work out what we could do with the limited fuel tank and the strategy for pit stops. But yeah, I think overall we did a really good job.
Tried to pull a sneaky and try and get Scotty Gamble to pull in nice and early and try and get some of the other guys to follow.
Yeah, we tried the sneaky there, but no takers.
No, mate, the pit strategies were all over the place tonight. It was hard to keep on track of who was going into the pits, who had been in the pits, because everybody was just pitting it at multiple different times.
Yeah, I think, and that's good because it keeps things entertaining and interesting and everyone on their toes, so makes some good variety. 100%,
mate. Yeah, you guys got pretty lucky getting out and away like you guys did. Your top runners, the top 5, sort of had it pretty clean air and a clean race. Whereas if you looked anywhere else down the back of the field, mate, cars were on top of each other the whole race. So it was relatively quiet up your end, but definitely not without some battles in there, mate. Good driving again from everyone around you tonight?
Yeah, everyone was good. Yeah, I think there was the one, Maddie, I think, had the glitchy at the start, dropping out a little bit. But other than that, everyone was really respectful, and even coming through a few of the lap traffic, they were really good. So yeah, good driving by everyone.
Good to hear, mate. And still enjoying it over here in SRW?
Yeah, 100%, mate. It's good fun. Good to jump in with Scotty and have some fun. Yeah, and then we get team boss Johnny jumping in as our spotter. So yeah, it's good fun.
Good to hear, mate. Well, congratulations on another podium finish tonight, mate. You guys are starting to really lock in some points for this championship, mate. Great to see you guys out there putting the pressure on all the other teams, because you guys have sort of jumped in this season and gone, we're going to take the championship from you all.
Yeah, well, that Scotty was saying to us one night before the series started that it'd be good to get a few of us in there and take it to the Fishies and the other teams. So yeah, I think we're doing a good job. Scotty's had a little bit of bad luck, but yeah, I'm sure he'll bounce back. A good podium and third tonight is a good way to do that.
Definitely is, mate. It was a great drive from the whole field tonight. Huge congratulations to yourself for taking P1. The mic is all yours to shout out all your sponsors that keep you out here on the track.
Well, thanks to WK&P Sim Sports for all their hard work. Wodonga Carts and Parts, Super Cheap Auto, Rebel Sports, BCF, Backpack, Cool Guys Adelaide, Barella Cabinets, Bay 21 Coffee Beans, LGC Images, and Dave 37 Racing for all their support.
Fantastic, mate. Congratulations again. We are at Imola next week with another top 10 shootout. How you like, is Imola a good track to you?
Hasn't been in the past, but I'm sure, well, hopefully we can turn it around and have a good result there. But I've always loved Imola, whether it was on iRacing or the Formula 1 games or Project Cars or something. So yeah, always loved Imola. Good fun. So hopefully we can have another good result there.
And mate, and another top 10 shootout. So I do definitely look forward to that myself, mate. But huge congratulations again to Blake Warboys, first place here tonight for round 3. Driver of WK&P Simsport and Warboys Motorsport, mate. Get out of here, go celebrate with your team, and we look forward to seeing you guys back here out on track next Sunday.
Yeah, too easy, guys. Thank you very much.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, that was round 3 here tonight of your Simrigs.com V8 Supercars ProAm series. Thanks to Warren and Brown Tools. We were hosted at Barcelona. Blake Warboys will be your winner. Thomas Freeman, Scott Gamble will be the other podium. Jamie Dyke will follow them up. Connor Nixon, Harry Dogg, Sam Noble, Matt Jones, Jason Douglas, and Troy Maguire will take out your top 10 finish. Aaron Schotter tonight. Absolute solid drive for the Valkyrie esports driver. Very consistent, up 10 spots. Will take our driver of the day. So huge congratulations to Aaron as well. He will be receiving a little congratulations package thanks to temptingsweets.com.au. Massive shout out to simrigs.com. Use code SRW5 at checkout to get 5% off your next purchase. Can't do it without Warren and Brown Tools. If you're in the mood for some new tools or your old ones need retiring, go and check out Warren and Brown Tools for your next set of new tools. Couldn't do it as well, even though we didn't see it tonight. The safety car is sponsored by Promo Department. Thank you so much to the Promo Department for all your promo needs. Of course, our qualifying top 10 shootout and pole position was brought to you by Racecraft Simulations. Thanks to Racecraft and all the team over there for constantly showing the awesome support here over on SRW TV. We also couldn't do it without Grim Industries, home of the V8 coffee table. Of course, our 2 new huge sponsors that have just come on board with us, Rare Spares and Shannon's Insurance. And of course, temptingsweets.com.au. Use code SRW10 to get yourself a sweet, sweet deal off those sweet, sweet treats. I have been Nathan ShiBBy Howard. The man that's not with me anymore was Stephen Sinkovic. This has been your Sunday night broadcast here on SRW TV. We are going to end this broadcast by saying, stay safe and race hard.